Are you ready?
Ahoy, crypto pirates! Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate. I'm Captain RG3, and this is my first mate, DC Crypto.
What's going on, man?
Going on, my brother?
Not much, man. Just shedding these tears over this AA. And over.
The AA is dead. Bye-bye. Good riddance. We're done with you, AA. You served your purpose. Nice. Thank you for making all of that hex possible. We appreciate it. But now it's time for you to go away. Rest in peace, AA. Rest in peace.
In pieces.
I
threw a little ETH on the last day just because.
I did too. I put 0.369 on Hexo's code.
Yeah,
on his code, on his referral link. So I did one for Hexo, did one more just for good riddance, and then yeah, man, that's it, bro. That was exciting. That was an exciting stream. Did you get to catch any of it, or were you working?
Yeah, I caught a little bit of it. Like I always usually catch it with when it's like launched on Periscope. When it launches on Twitter and everything like that. But I was so tripped out with all the like they just added stories to Twitter.
To what now?
Stories. So it's like Snapchat stories. Like you can show like it's kind of cool. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna start doing a lot of those and stuff, just showing the debauchery I get up to.
I see the things come through stories. I don't understand, but I guess it's like just a rolling post is what it is.
Yeah, kind of like a Snapchat or something. Like you're just doing like a little like video or a meme picture, and then you can put like it's way easier to put like captions and stuff on it over a regular tweet, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. Well, let me say hello to everybody in the chat room real quick.
Of course.
Thank you guys for the lemons. All you fucking degenerate pirate fucks you. God, I love you all. That's for me. Let's see here. How do I get in the draw? So tonight, guys, the reason we're even streaming, I am beat the hell the fuck up, man. I'm tired. It's been a long week. We're continuously streaming every night, and we've been streaming with other groups, with Joker, with the guys from Australia, their late night show, and we've been doing one every night so that we can put some more people on the wheel. And God, I'll be glad when that's over with.
Yeah,
you people are the worst. You're the worst. Oh my God. Thanks for hosting us, Joker, by the way. And in the fire, thanks for the lemons. Exciting for the true believers in Hex and Hexicans. Yes, it is an exciting day. It's like no other. Today is like no other. It's one of those like things off your shoulders as a Hexican, right? I mean, yeah. We've been waiting for that AA to just disappear and go away. And
it's like a bad relationship. You know what I mean? Like she's been there since the beginning, but like it was time to go. You know?
Yeah, it was time to go.
I'm not crying for her like I was crying for the other day. The other day, that was tears. This was tears of sadness. These are tears of joy.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, that's it's done and it's over. Thanks, Brand, for the ice creams. Thanks, Into the Fire, for lemons. Hexagon 720. Thanks for the ice cream. Valley Brand, more Into the Fire. Ms. Wick, ice creams. Hexican Sweat, ice creams. Thank you, all of you, for all your donations. Michael 81 for lemon.
Thanks, XOG, man. He's just spamming the lemon button.
Lemon button. So we finished the AA. Hexo's show was freaking off the chain. His countdown was crazy. I was sitting here dancing, halfway freaking crying. You know, it was exciting. He had 1,400 live viewers on Dlive. 1,400. And the CEO of Dlive jumped in and dropped him a freaking donation. That was cool. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Good job, Hexo. You're tearing Dlive up, man. Tearing it up. So anyway, with all of that said, I'm we got to dig into the AA situation here and talk about it. But I think that one of the best ways to do it is we've got a guest.
Yeah.
And he's going to come on up and hang out with us for a little bit. Cool thing is he's all in. He's all in Hexagon. He got converted by Hexo. Hexo came in, and they rated his stream one time, and he was open to listening. Some people dropped some hex on him, and he became a believer, man. He said, "Wow, these guys are cool," and he started looking at what hex was all about, and he's been studying ever since. So he's always asking questions. He's always trying to learn, and he came in like right at the most exciting time where everything is like disappearing and your time's running out for staking and all that stuff. But so let's bring him up. This is our new Dlive buddy, the Joker.
Hello there, Arr, matey. I always got to do it with the filters, right? Hello there.
So what happened to your green screen? You can't run the green screen?
I don't know if I can on this app. Can I?
Yeah, you see where it says camera mic?
Oh, let's try.
Go down there and then go to green screen.
Okay.
And then you can load your green screen right there.
Interesting. Okay.
Thank you, the Ninja Guinea.
I gotta play with that some more. So yeah, exciting day today, guys, huh?
Wow. Yeah, it was. Well, it was like a bitter end, a sweet bitter end, you know.
Yeah, I was there during that whole stream, and it was fired up, man. Like he generated so much excitement, so much hype. I was proud to be a Hexagon, man.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was. I was sitting here dancing and screaming and crying and like, yeah, that's over. 10, 9, 8, yeah. Oh,
I clipped it. I clipped the remainder, the 20 seconds, the last 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And I posted. I don't know if you've seen that on social media. Yeah, it's man, it's something, man. It's something.
Try to stay off of the social media right now. I'm burnt. Yeah. It's been a long week, and it's not even over yet. It's just getting started. Look at that. What do you got back?
That's right.
That's from the Suicide Squad one, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't bad. He wasn't that. It just wasn't enough Joker time in that movie.
Oh, you're talking about Jared Leto. Yeah. He his laugh was interesting. It was more like like it's not really like crazy kind of thing.
Yeah. But I grew up on Mark Hamill, you know, the animated Joker and stuff. That's the iconic. That's Joker's voice to me in my head.
That's the best, my friend.
Jesus Christ. I can only do Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Dude, that one's getting memed, bro. That one's getting memed.
You fucking Hexagons. I'm so tired of this shit.
Call us scammers and a cult.
You wait, hold up. I didn't want to do it. Wait. Oh, you Hexagons are a fucking bunch of cultists. Scammers and Ponzi's. I'm so sick and tired of this shit. I get selfie on this. Come on, Minnie. Fuck this shit.
Someone clip that.
Clip that and freaking animate it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Can you imagine an animation of that? Oh my god.
He's like, hey there, Captain.
Oh man.
I could do Smeagol.
Oh really? Oh shit.
Yeah.
My precious little Hex. These stupid scamming hobbits. They're trying to take precious Hex from Smeagol.
Fuck, dude.
God damn, you guys.
Right?
Oh,
So spot on.
you guys are good.
I used to be able to do Woody Woodpecker, but I can't do it anymore.
Oh my God, me too. When I was a kid, but like the laugh, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I can't. It's the page. Our voices aren't as light anymore. That's why
Yeah.
you can't high pitch it anymore.
It
I
was
don't want to do it. It's terrible.
right? Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Oh,
So-
what you eating, boo boo? Oh, Bobo? Oh man, what was his name? Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, boo boo.
Oh,
Want a
you guys.
picnic basket?
Damn, man.
So what comes next after this big payday? Like, what are we looking forward to?
We are looking forward to, I would say, Hexican meetups are going to start happening, like a lot of them and stuff. Because like we're trying to organize. I think Vince Chan's actually organizing one on the 22th this Sunday. He's having like a brunch in SoCal, which is pretty cool and stuff. And then I want to do one maybe once a quarter for all the Hexicans in California, and then other people kind of organize kind of meetups in every state and stuff. And then maybe it'd be really cool if we could pick a spot once a year to actually meet up, because originally the Hexicans were going to do the whole Hexican Miami thing party, but like BPD party, but that kind of just died off because of COVID.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
COVID.
you can't really do that anymore.
And COVID is it's horrible. It didn't wait. So somebody brought this up to me, and I found it quite interesting. So Hex was technically its entire life during COVID, no?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you know what that means, right? So if we take like the current climate of what's going on outside in the world, once COVID goes away, jobs go up, people have more money to spend, and that can mean really good returns for Hex, especially that we're doing so well right now.
Well,
Right.
crypto in general, is going to have better times. In better times, it will have better times. Now, it might have helped Hex by giving us all time to research, study, develop, do the things that we were doing, streaming regularly. So it might have been a help to Hex.
Yeah. Max is right, dude. Max is always on point with the stats and stuff, man. God damn, Max is a G, dude. Yeah, savings is actually up right now in the country because people are just scared. Like you can lose your job any minute, or like not to put like. I'm not trying to put a somber moment because this is actually pretty happy because I'm so happy the AA is done with, but it's basically like a lot of middle managers are just a lot of companies are figuring out these jobs aren't needed anymore because everyone's working at home now in an office. We're all doing this. Like my green screen's coming in a couple days, so it's like everybody is like making their own home office now. So you don't need office space for the most part. You probably don't need as many middle managers and stuff. So some of the executives are probably going to get like, you know what I mean? And that puts a lot of downward pressure on jobs, which is deflationary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry. Gloomy.
That's why they're not buying into like different things. Like a lot of people want to keep their fiat liquid.
Right.
So
there's something really interesting that I heard from Michael Saylor. You know that guy that Bitcoin dude or whatever the hell his name. You know the guy that
Saylor.
It's Michael Saylor. Yeah, the guy who bought like $500 million of Bitcoin.
No, I don't know.
Oh well, he said something really interesting about income. He says back in 2009. You could pay $1 million for a bond or a CD, and it would generate about $50,000 a year in income, right? That same bond today will cost you $10 million for $50,000. So there's an income problem. So this is what I think. This is one of the niches that Hex is really like. Yeah, look, he walked in, Joker makeup.
Did it get on his face?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey!
yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Someone keep that, man.
Yeah.
But like people are like, this is one reason why the yield and all this like this whole DeFi thing that like Hex started, right? Was everyone's just copycatting it and stuff because like the world is hungry for yield because people are looking for retirement. People are looking for money to retire on and just steady income. Like that's why my main strategy with Hex was an income ladder. for the longest time. And like, and obviously you have a couple sweet spots, you know, like I want to make sure like I got a little nice chunk of change coming out on my birthday or something, you know, or Christmas, you know, holidays.
Yeah, holidays, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Pay yourself for sure.
Yep, I made sure. Hey, thanks Hex OG for the diamond.
Thank you, man.
Hex Princess, 43. Thank you for the diamond. And I see some more. Hex OG dropped another one. Mama Rock is in the house. Mama Rock with some ice cream and a diamond. What's up, guys? He says, "What's up? What's up? What's up, Mama Rock?" Yeah. Look at all that. Thank you for the ice cream. And thank you, JFK666. Donated 1 diamond.
Yeah. Hey, Joker, did your mom get to 1,000 followers yet or no?
Good question.
I think we got her close.
You guys, oh my God, you guys rocked it. It was insane. So Dlive's mom, let's see.
I was gonna call it Joker's mom. Yeah.
937.
Oh, she's almost there.
Almost there.
You guys go follow Dlive's mom on Dlive. She's one of our supporters and part of the Dlive community, and she's about to break a 1,000 and become a VP, right? VP, yeah, VP.
Yeah,
verified partner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at Sinclair. Yeah, this is actually a good point. Yeah.
I spoke about that in the last video. Self-employed and entrepreneurs don't usually have retirement plans, so this acts as one. It sure does, and even for those of us who do have them, you know, I built one that's twice as big as my retirement plan that I've been putting the last 30 years into in less than a year. If HEX doesn't change in price ever and stays where it's at, I've already built a bigger retirement plan than I have. So I mean, it's insane, and that's just principal alone, and that's not anything, you know, that we're getting our gains on. So hell yeah, it's going to be a great retirement plan for folks, especially if there isn't a lot out there to choose from. I mean, what's that?
I'm just saying, especially with all like everyone tried to go to yield with all these yams and all these pastas and stuff, and people have just figured out that it's bullshit. You know, it's just, can I get there really quickly and then dump it and run away? That's all it is now.
Yams and pasta.
Yams, pasta. Wi-Fi, well, Wi-Fi sort of a little bit. It's not as bad and stuff. Compound's okay, but it's just like you don't get much on it. It's not a lot, you know. It's kind of like it's whatever, you know. And then Hex over here, man. Whew, some guap over here, man.
Life-changing guap, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Life-changing. This is the meat, the potatoes, the onions, the peppers. This is everything. The rice and the beans on the side. You know, you even get some dessert afterwards, right?
Definitely. Hell yeah, man.
Dude, we're taking over Dlive, man. We're the HEX are taking over.
Yeah, like I've been noticing that because every place we're raiding and stuff, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I heard about you guys." I was like, "Dude, damn, making a wave out here."
Even in my community, there's a whole bunch of people very interested. I mean, to be honest with you, you know, I don't surround myself with people who, you know, don't know things, right? So if you say a couple of things that are not, what I consider smart, you know, like, you know, HEX is a scam. Obviously, you're an idiot if you say that. But you know, but if you're a certain caliber of a person, I'm gonna kind of keep you close to my heart because I want to learn from you, right? And every one of them, even the smartest, they're like, wow, this works. This is everything that I would ever imagine a retirement plan to be, you know? So, and a lot of them got in, you know, my mother included, you know, my wife. So I'm all in. Look, Mama Rock, highly intelligent woman. Oh, yeah. I met her in person, a sweetheart of a person, and she's all in. She's a diehard Hexican.
Hell yeah! I mean, all you need is take a little bit of time, or just watch a stream, and then you're like, "Oh wow, yeah, these are regular people." Because it's like, I don't want to say the names or whatever, but if you had watched I don't want to, like, because, you know, Richard said, you know, I never want to actually name any bullshit, you know, by name, so people don't fall into that shit. But like, if you've ever seen some of the promoters that promote that crap, it's like, hey, you guys, it's us. It's real robotic, man. It's like no personality, nothing, dude. It's like, hey, you guys, let me tell you. Back to you, Barbara. Yeah, it's like so pick and roll. It's like all scripted out, dude. It sounds terrible. They're bad at that, dude. And I don't know how people fall for that shit, dude. It's like you can just read right through it. And with this, with us and stuff, you're like, oh, these are real people. Holy shit. You know, it's like I would hang out. Like I would hang out with all you guys in real life.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
That's gonna happen, by the way. when Hex moons, get ready for that, right?
Yeah. I mean, right now there is no inflation anymore. It's done, dude. That's why I was so happy with AA being out of here. There's now everyone has to buy at market. Everyone has to go through Uniswap or the exchanges, right? Oof. But Uniswap's usually better, But
it's gonna go through the roof,
dude. Hell yeah, dude. Like, dude, I spent all last night staking. I didn't go to sleep until 6 a.m.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was literally like with well, this is a new one. I burnt. Well, you can't even tell, right? But I burnt. Yeah, this is little like a hookah pen or something like that. Right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And stuff. I burnt through my last one. I was up all night just staring at like Hex.live and just like, where can I improve it? I was like
a freaking cigar, huh? Like a boss.
Yeah, I was like, man.
You got your fucking cognac too? Where's it at? Yeah. Yes, dude. I used to have to get, because like I would save up my Hex because I would dollar cost average a lot, right? It's like you would dollar cost average, and then you would just like, because the staking takes such a long time, especially if you're really thinking about where to put everything, that I would just have like a big stack of Hex there, and then every time for me to stake, I would have to get a little drunk, which is I wouldn't recommend that. But shit.
To like, here we go, man. Because like in the beginning, man, it was like, yeah, I'll throw 100,000 here. Like, I'll just throw $250,000 there, 50K.
Oh.
Who cares? Like, hey. Now it's like, holy shit, that's a G, bro.
Those are stacks, bro. They're stacks.
Yeah, stacks.
I'll be right back, guys. Hold on a second.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
We gotta get RG3. Because, like, some pirates have, like, the pipes, right?
Oh, the corn crop pipe. Yeah.
We got to get them one of those, dude. Imagine one with, like, a Hex logo on the side of it.
Oh, that'd be sick, dude.
No,
I know a guy here that, I'll try to have it made. I know some guy that engraves. He can make engraves in wood and everything.
Dude, that would be nice.
Yeah, and we just got to paint it. That's about it with the colors. That'd be sick.
Or even keep it, like, a neutral, like if it's, like, a wooden one, like a black on it. Right, like kind of like it looks like it's burned into the wood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like almost like you branded it or something in there. Yeah.
It would be nice.
Damn, that'd be sick, man. I guess have we told every? So in the 24-hour stream, you know how we have to have a couple special items to be on the stream, right?
Oh, I think the
special items.
Yeah.
I ordered it and they said it canceled. They didn't have it through Amazon. So I was like, oh, great. So I spent all day today going from store to store like an idiot looking for that item.
Bro, it's uncommon. How the hell are you going to find that thing?
I found one.
You found one?
Ridiculous.
Would you go to a freaking Party City or something?
Bro, it's ridiculous looking. It's so terrible, dude.
Bro, I'm going filter, man. I'm going filter.
Oh, you lucky. I should have done that too. Yeah. How do you do that? Like, how do
it works. It works. Yeah. I think I sent a picture on the Telegram. So.
Okay. Hey, Jim, I think it's in the chat. I think it's in the Cutthroats chat. If not, I'll put it in there right now. Let me know if it's not in there. I think RG put it in there.
I believe that Hex can be the biggest thing, but we just gotta wait and see what happens, dude. Marcus, you're in, man. You're in, and yes, you're lucky that you listened, bro.
David,
that's right.
He bought the last one on Amazon. Son of a bitch.
Shucks, right?
No. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of like streamers that are currently going on on Dlive streaming and stuff and talking about Hex and stuff. And like verified partners and global partners even now too that I talked to, are friends of mine that are like, yeah, I want to get into this. And I'm like, well, perfect. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see the atmosphere of Dlive going towards like crypto and Hex.
Oh, I mean, definitely. Do you notice that usually, all right, because I'm pretty sure when you made your channel, you didn't. What did you classify your channel as? Like chats and stuff, or because I know it wasn't crypto. Like,
when I first did it, it was gaming, and then it was like a combination of gaming and chatting because like I noticed and a lot of Dlivers got mad at me when I said this. Okay. I always said that gaming never did as well on Dlive than chatting or anything else. Right. And the reason why I say that is because whenever, like, say I'm chatting and I'm doing the whole, being all extra as a Joker, right? What ends up happening, I get a lot of people very interested, like, yo, what the hell is going on here, right? But if I'm sitting there playing a game and then reacting to the gameplay, I'm not really reacting to the chat. So they're seeking that kind of
validation.
Yeah. And it's even showing in Twitch. So if you go to Twitch, the most viewed category is just chatting.
Right.
So people are over that watching gaming stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be really funny. There's a couple guys. It's not just so either you're really good at games, you're really terrible at games, or you're just really you're either funny or you're almost like a dad, almost like. Like you're just telling a story. Oh my God. I remember I was talking to Stacy and stuff, man. I was so damn nervous and everything. And then fucking here comes Chad and he just took him away from me. And then I worked out that entire summer and I beat Chad up. You do the whole hero journey on stream for like 2 hours and people like eat that shit up because people want to hear your life experiences. Because most of the guys that are doing like video games, they're talking about nothing.
No,
they're not like, yeah, you guys, I think I'll just jump in through there. They're like these really like awkward, like the dudes that literally stay inside of their basement all day. Like shout out all the Hexagons.
Or you're a hot chick.
Well, I mean the hot chicks. I mean it's just showing off all of these. All
right, let me tell the chat something. All right, all right, Dlivers, quit DMing me about your fucking chest. The chest is coming tonight. I didn't try and exit scam you last night. It just didn't get done. I'm like the most generous freaking chest giver in all of Dlive. Nobody, Hexo doesn't even fill the chest like I do. You fucks, you guys are fucking so ungrateful sometimes. And I go one time I don't go in the chest and it's like DMs forever, and my chat's filled with fucking RG3 exit scam the chest again. God damn it. Fucking nobody does this, man. Nobody does what I do.
Well, that should be your thing, though. Isn't it pirate chest, right?
The what, giving away fucking lemons all the time? Yes. We take them. We don't give them away.
Give me your plunder.
We take the lemons. We don't give them away. God damn it.
Disney, the lemons. Come on.
You know what? The biggest pirate of them all is Mickey Mouse. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Disney takes all the shit.
Dude, if I get crypto rich, man, I'll buy 10% of Disney, man, and I'm a chill off, man. I'm set for life at that point. Owning 10%. 10% of Disney. I don't need more. You just 10%.
How much is Disney worth?
Oh, probably 100 billion.
You're gonna pay 10% of 100 billion?
No, sir. When there's full economic collapse and everything's going down, that's I treat them like a hawk.
You're anticipating it. You're like I'm waiting in the background, right?
I'd be lucky if I could buy 0.5% or 0.25%.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, shit. I don't think they would even sell it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, they do. It's just you just.
Oh right, open stock, right.
Public stock and stuff, but I'm not sure if they probably do have some other kind of voting class because it's like they probably have A shares or something.
I'd be that idiot to buy like one share and go to like their meetings and like I have a voice.
Right. Oh my god, is that from a movie?
Right? Yeah, I think it was. It's like,
that was Wolf of Wall Street. What was the name? Wall Street or whatever. When he's like, I have one share, and then he comes in there and says all this bullshit about like the company because he's trying to buy it.
Is that how it goes? Like, you really can like talk during those?
Yes, technically, no.
I own this company. I own 1/1,000,000%.
Well, technically, the people who own the companies are the retirement funds because they own all the ETFs. And what an ETF is, it's a giant cluster ball. It's like imagine a token that has
like a spider.
Yeah, it's a spider. It's just a token that has the 500 tokens of the entire S&P 500 in tiny little pieces, but you own it in one token. So over time, as you like all these ETFs are owned. So if you just look at where all the money comes from, it's all owned by retirees. So all the retirees own all the S&P 500 percentages and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's where all the 401ks sit and all that shit. So.
Exactly, because
they're worthless. I mean,
well, yeah.
See, I was the generation that we spent our whole life in the 401. You guys have been looking for other, assets to invest in.
Yeah.
My generation was all about, they left the pension plan. So, the boomers and all them got the pension plans, and which the pensions were decent. They all got, their share, whatever. But the 401ks, oh shit, that was just a fucking roller coaster, and it was just a dip and a drive and a boom and boy, you better hope it doesn't dip when you do have to retire. Like, the last 10 years, the people, they got kind of fucked 10 years ago. And then, now we're rolling in, it's building up again, but now people are getting ready to retire and they're getting ready to fall on their face again.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man, having something like HEX as a backup is, man,
it's a blessing.
It is a blessing. Yeah.
I
agree.
I had a conversation with a buddy of mine the other day, and he was like, "Oh, gold. You should, go into gold." And I'm like, and I remember our conversation, talking about how it would just sit in a safe. I didn't want to tell him that to break his dream, so I was just like, "Listen, man, let's talk new tech, right? Let's talk cryptocurrency, right? Let's not talk about the old shit. Let's talk about what's about to happen."
Right. You say new tech cryptocurrency?
New tech.
There's only one that's really new tech, but we can talk about that one. But yeah, go ahead and tell them about cryptocurrency.
That's right. So I was like, dude, the fact of the matter is that when you get a retirement coin like HEX, right? It's not established. It just started. Gold is established, right? You don't see. What are you gonna do? You're gonna double your freaking money on gold? Okay, you could say gold jumps another $2,000-$3,000. Okay, well you just doubled or tripled your money, but HEX can go 280x.
Right.
That's like I think the 280 than the fucking the 100% or whatever, right?
Yeah, and then people never.
It was built to do 10,000x. It was built to do 10,000x,
and that should tell you something. That should that tells you a story. Remember, we said Richard doesn't do nothing for no reason, right? He has a plan. Read between the lines. If the decimal points are there, it's for a reason. So,
yeah, I mean, I was invested in the stock market for probably 2012, 2013 till like 2018. I stopped putting money in, and I was just getting more into crypto at that time. And I was getting pretty good returns because I wasn't in ETFs. I was just in individual stocks. But it wasn't nothing. It's like if you don't have any money, it's nothing. Like, sure, $1 million in Apple and it goes up 20%. Woo, 200K. Cool. $2,000 in Apple. It's like it's nice, but it's nothing. It doesn't change your life. And like, dude, I randomly put $1,000 in stuff and then oh look, I have 10 G's. Cool.
Right? Like, what the fuck?
You're like a printing money.
Right. Yeah. And the thing is, like, this guy was, I love him to death, right? But he was like, well, what if there's an apocalypse or something? And I'm like, man, if there's an apocalypse, you think you're gonna give a fuck about money at that point? You're thinking about survival, right? If you're talking about realistic shit, right? Yeah, okay, government might be stricter, but at that point, it's like cryptocurrency will shoot through the fucking roof. Because they don't want centralized currency. They want decentralized currency.
Right.
Come on, dude. It's all a fucking perfect storm. Crypto, look, HEX will get to those types of highs. And I know it. Like, it's just the perfect storm is there. And if you miss the fucking ride, today's your last day, right? Isn't it? Or tomorrow's your last day?
No. Today was the last day for the adoption amplifier. That was it.
But tomorrow is the last day to get that big payday.
Yeah. It's Richard, or I think one of the Richard bots or whatever that spams out the info and stuff is. I think he said 28 hours, and that was a couple hours. So there's probably 20 hours left to get your big payday bonuses. 20 hours left. That's it.
To secure your fucking future.
That's just big payday. That's just
big payday. Just big payday. Yes.
You can, and it's for the share price, because these are Genesis shares up until big payday. And then after that, share price is going to change.
It's going to go up three times, isn't it, or something like that?
So, I don't know the exact math. That's what we've been saying, but I don't know if that's the exact math. I've seen charts and things that show the jump, and it's significant. Significant. And then after that, it just continues to go up on a scale. Yeah. But that's a significant change. Right. And hey, Gary, thanks for the diamond, bro. I'll get back with you in a minute. All right, we're gonna let us get a little going here, and then we'll get back with you. Yeah, we should kind of talk about the AA and what it was, and how it was birthed, where it came from, so that new people can understand, so you can understand it a little deeper. So when a crypto is birthed, they do some type of crowdfunding or some type of airdrop or something to get people interested in the project. They put out a white paper and they say, oh, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. Hex work differently than.
Isn't there also a flow chart or whatnot that's also developed that says at this time this is supposed to happen?
They call it a roadmap. Yeah,
the roadmap. Okay.
So yeah, they call it a roadmap and a white paper, and then they usually call those ICOs. And 99.9% of the times they end up being a securities risk, and they get fined or shut down, or they're in violation of SEC violations and whatnot. So Hex went about it differently. It's not it passed what's called the Howey test, and I can't give you details on what the Howey test is, but it's a way that they can gauge something is not a currency or not a security versus a cryptocurrency launch, what we were. And the adoption amplifier was all part of that, because what it did was it allowed you as the user to enter into a pool of Hex that was available every day and get an amount out based upon how much was put in there. So every day it would roll and grow as far as how much Ethereum was put in. And then at the end of the day, it would shut down, and whatever ETH was in there was divided amongst that pool. And there was some mathematical equation as far as how much Hex actually went into that pool. And that's something else I can't explain to you also. It's way of math shit above my head. Probably simple to math people, but I didn't worry about it because it wasn't important to me. But I knew it was around 511 million Hex every day. All right. So what else you did was the next day after you entered into the adoption amplifier, you minted your own coins. So there was nobody else doing anything but you. So there was no work from others that was to be expected. You had to do the whole thing. So you go in, you mint your coins, and at that point you can do whatever you want with them. You can stake them, you could sell them, trade them. Some people were doing arbitrage things and stuff like that. Some were putting them on exchanges and trading them on exchanges. People were just swapping them out in Uniswap, and some people were staking them, and some people just held on to them. So that's what the AA was for, and it was built to launch Hex within the confines of not being an SEC violation. And now it's over. Now the adoption amplifier was over, and it was also based on a model that was also the most successful crypto launch ever. I think was EOS. Yes, and it was based on EOS's launch. And I don't know how many billions of dollars they raised, but it was some freaking stupid amount.
4 billion.
4 billion. So it was insane. It was a monster launch. The SEC came after them, but they only got some type of a fine or violation, and then everything was
$20 million.
$20 million fine, and
$20 million fine, dude. And you know what they did? One of the first things they did when they got the $4 billion, They bought 140,000 BTC. I'm sure you not. I didn't even know that until like I had a.
They bought another coin.
Yeah, they bought another coin right away, and what they. And then don't get me started on that too, where they were dumping Ethereum forever to keep their price propped up against Ethereum too. So they were like dumping the price of Ethereum on everybody during the bear market and stuff. So,
wow,
yeah. Okay, right? But
see, that's the shit that makes me question. Like, is are these people scammers or not? That's like scammer-ish behavior, right? Like you're trying to make your coin look better than the rest because you're controlling prices and stuff like that's. I don't follow that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I don't see Richard doing that shit. You know what I mean? Richard's been very like transparent and helping and understanding. He's not that kind of guy to do that. So, you know what I mean? Like that's my difference in how I understand an actual person scamming and not scamming, right?
Right. So I found out the time we have 21 hours till the big payday bonus is over. 21 hours. Okay. And the guys, so basically if you're staking right now for 555, it doesn't matter if you wait until the last minute. It all gets put on.
It's not. You're wrong.
Is there wait?
It's 21 hours until you can. That's when you could last stake before big payday.
Let me go back to the Richard tweet. Let me just make sure I've got that right. Wait, timer with the stake big payday. I mean, this is what. Oh wow! Wow! Fail. Fail. The screen is actually green.
Oh my god!
Oh my lord! Fail, dude.
Yikes!
I didn't even see that. There we go. Wait. Yeah. So maybe you are right, but I'm just saying, don't try. I mean, I know guys want to get that last, like, oh yeah, 15.2 years from now, I have the last Genesis shares 5.5. Cool, but doesn't matter. Just don't miss it. I don't care. The second last day, I don't care. Just as long as I have that 5.55 stake,
Yeah, the Genesis shares I think are most important here because like you said, they're the cheapest shares, right? And you're never going to see a price like that ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially for people who are getting in that, I mean, Hex has gotten expensive. If you didn't get in, in the first 6 months of the launch and you're a latecomer to the launch phase, which you're not a latecomer to Hex, you're a latecomer to the launch phase, then, putting your financial energy into Hex now while the shares are low is important, and not waiting until after big payday, because now you get more bang for your buck. And even if price drop, you're still sitting better with your shares, because if we do see any type of a dip, it's gonna recover. I mean, you look at the wall of stakes that are coming out over this next month or so, and it's going to dissipate. It's going to be gone. So if you see that happen and the price go down and then that all gets washed out, it can only be up from there.
Right.
That's where it's rolling from there, is up, because we're talking about limited supply now. There is no Hex being minted anymore. That's it. Whatever's out there, whoever owns it, whoever has it staked is where it's at.
Right. And the staking percentage went up, right? People and the OA are FOMOing in and staking, right? To kind of, fuck over the the short-term guys. But something that's really cool is when you have more of the supply staked, you have lesser and lesser circulating supply that the market cap sites count, right? So yeah, I know it's a vanity metric, but if we're lower in market cap and we have less tokens as well, that means the price per token can reach way higher than we think it can, which is pretty fucking interesting. I mean, like, imagine we only had 80 billion circulating. Can you imagine if we were 80 billion circulating? I'm not saying it possible, but it's possible dollars, bro. Dollars, son.
So do we have a final number of how many Hex have been minted now?
That's a very good question. Let me check.
Right? Shouldn't we? Shouldn't it be like the final number now?
No. You were still
damn. Why are gas prices so fucking high?
Oh,
right. I saw that. I'm like, what the hell?
The unipools.
Holy shit, man!
Fucking ETH.
So people are just getting their money out of there and stuff because it's fucking ridiculous. It's like I tested out to emergency end stake something. It was like $9 to emergency end stake something, and it's like $2 or $2 to $5.
Excuse me.
But yeah. But let me check the circulating. We're still missing supply because we haven't gotten hit with the with that initial big paydays hex. Because right now we're at 479 billion hex right now and 271 circulating, but that's off of Nomics numbers.
So are people panic selling right now because of the big payday?
They're panic everythinging right now. Everybody's panic everythinging, and then there's a lot of people that had liquid hex, and you got like probably 6 different wallets out there, and they're trying to scoop up all those wallets and scoop all their hex up and stake it and do all kinds of shit like that. And everybody's panic everythinging right now.
It's funny. Hexo was live, and he goes, "All these people selling, they're weak hands. They're weak hands." I'm like, damn. Oh man!
Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 more minute.
Sure.
Let's see. Okay.
He's just unbuckling his pants.
He's totally unbuckling. He's like, "Oh man, I can't take this anymore."
But yeah, man, I'm telling you, like, people shit on those small stakes and stuff. Obviously, like a super small stake doesn't really work. It's not really worth it on like a year 1 or 2 or whatever. But man, I think 4 and 5 and above, man, those even 5,000 hex, bro.
Yeah, you do the math, and 280x in 15 years,
right?
You're a millionaire, bro. If hex becomes $1, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Like. Right now, even 100,000 hex, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you were to do 100,000 hex times 280, right? That's 2.8 million.
See, okay. Right? So 100,000 hex times what?
280.
Yeah, let me see. 100,000 hex times
2. 28 million. So at our current price, or say like a cent, right? That's $280,000, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, who the fuck would, man? That's how you can finish paying off your fucking house, right? Like,
I know.
And for what? 100,000 hex is, at a penny, what, $1,000?
Yes, $1,000. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. To secure a fucking payment on your house, like, or to you spend more in a freaking casino.
Right. And I definitely have. That's crazy. Everything's closed in California, but like, the Indian casinos, we're gonna keep those open.
Well, are you serious?
Yeah, oh yeah, I've been to a bunch of them already.
You're on there fucking crap shooting that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's crazy, man. Like, I've never seen anything like this before in my life, and I'm very happy that you guys rated me when you guys did. Yeah. That was what? July?
It had to be right.
Somewhere around then.
Yeah, right. Let me check the calendar.
Yeah, it had to be around July, like 26th ish.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because there was a little sloth in March, April, May, and then around the summer months. Yep, I think you're right.
Yeah, it was the best decision I've ever made. And the thing is, it's funny because like my wife typically never sides with me on things, right? I'm always the guy with all the ideas, and she's in the background like, that ain't gonna work, And she was surprised with Dlive when doing the whole streaming thing, and she's like, wow, Dlive's actually doing well, and I'm like, yeah, and she's like, yeah, Dlive, right? So it's like one of the only things, but Hex too, and I'm like, okay, like cool. if she understands, if she's okay with it, then got to be doing something right.
I think so, man. I think so. I didn't take any convincing to. I did have to talk to her, but. Like, come on.
Well, how do you explain the gaps in the bank account, right? Mistakes.
See.
I mean,
See, I've been married so long, my wife just doesn't care anymore. She just looks at it and goes, "Oh God, here he goes again. Here he goes again. Well, it's your money, whatever." She still walks around here like, I told her the AA ended today, and Hexo had a show, and she's just like rolling her eyes, going,
dude. I'm telling you, man. Once you drive up in a Lamborghini, she's gonna be like, "It worked, right?"
Bro, we've been married for 20 years. She's been waiting for that Lamborghini for a long fucking time.
You're gonna get it, bro. You're gonna get it.
You guys just don't. At a certain point, they just go, "All right, I got what I got."
Damn.
And then, okay, so I didn't say nothing to her about, what Hex was doing. She'd just see me coming out giddy and shit, like all fired up, out of my, like, what are you doing in there? Who are you talking to? Who are you yelling at? I'm like, I'm streaming. She's, oh God. She walk away and start talking about, the gardener of what I got to do outside or fix the plumbing or some shit. Right. And then, as time was going on here and like stuff's coming in, I'm ordering, new stuff for the freaking stream. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm streaming now. I mean, and you can make money doing this. And this crypto is really doing well. You should check it out." Oh God, crypto again. Oh no. Then she didn't talk to me for a week after that finally, and then finally I started telling her, "Hey, X is doing really good. We're going to do really good." And she's like, "When?" That was it. When? Well, see, there's this thing called the big payday, and tell me when it's in my bank account.
Oh, my wife's the same way.
So tell me when it's in the bank. Okay, so then we're out doing a walk, right? And I'm like, "Hey, so what am I gonna?" So I told her, I said, I've got a lot of Hex coming out, and we're gonna this big payday thing, and this was early on, and I said, so then we're on a walk later on after I realized that I need to do emergency end stake and spread it all out. So I told her, "Hey, so remember I told you I had all that Hex that was, going to come out of big payday." So what I did was I fixed our position. I bettered our position, and now we're going to make more money, but it's like 15 years. She just fucking turned around and walked home.
It's funny.
I mean, it's hard to explain this even to a Hexican. I'm trying to explain emergency end stake and getting your share. My wife's like, "Fuck you, man. You're just fucking getting had. You're getting so had."
Turns around.
She's like, "I hope you're not telling people this stuff."
Oh my God.
Women are all the same.
I said, "We gotta have strong hands, honey. Strong hands. Oh, come on. This is about really doing it right,
Not real till it's in the account.
This is her what she thinks of my hand.
Oh, you just oh shit. Oh.
These are weekends right here.
No, don't do that. Stop it. Fuck. I just fuck. My brain.
Oh,
what the fuck is that? Do it again.
Baby hands? Baby fingers? I thought your fingers were fucked up.
That's weak hands, baby.
Oh my God, dude. Why did I think about, and nothing political, but why did I think about the meme about Donald Trump's little hands? Right? Imagine him being that small. They're huge.
Back on ha ha ha.
So for all of you guys that got out because of big payday, that big dip, this is you right here.
Those are the weak hands that Hexo was saying. Oh my God. Can you imagine clapping like that? Like oh fuck. Wait. Is anything off limits? Can I say anything?
Oh, you can say anything on here.
Can you imagine having the time with a woman with
Oh.
I can't.
You need one for, you probably need 3.
So that was end stakers there, right? Right? That was end stakers.
Yeah.
And so those people who just emergency instaked and got out, but all those people that were holding liquid hex that aren't going to stake now, they got little squirrel hands.
I thought you have different ones. Are you serious right now? How many pairs of those
Squirrel
do you have?
hands. Just those
Oh my god.
little freaking squirrels.
That gives a whole nother meaning to grabbing your nuts.
Check the staking page. Updated, shows charts now. Oh yeah. So if you go to the stake page, you can see the charts.
Cute.
That was good, man.
Those are weak hands, baby. Weak hands.
Weak hands. But yeah, you better go on hex.live or go hex.live or the Staker app and really look over and see if you see any gaps in your ladder, man. I'm telling you, and think of all the magical possibilities, and put some decent stakes out there just in case.
So, Joker, since you're on here, you're new, you're a Hexican, you're in, you get it, you've basically bought into the idea of Hex. What is it that concerns you, or that you want to understand, being a new person to it? What is it that you want to understand about it?
What, to be honest, what do you see that can be a possible failure of Hex? I think in all my observation, I see a lot of positive, right? And there's a lot of hype, and there's a lot of like build up, and there's like, man, and there's a lot of things that make a lot of sense. And Richard, of course, when he talks about it, when you talk about it, when Hexologist talks about it, Crypto Coffee, Ballot Brand, Dollar Cost, all you guys make a lot of fucking sense. Straight up. Everything just, basic business model, supply and demand, everything makes sense. What is it that can fail? I mean, is there a possibility of any failure?
Yeah. There's one major failure in Hex, one that I can see that's glaring in my face. As far as Hex goes in crypto, it is the most solid tech that I have ever seen. I've never seen a crypto launch and be as fucking stable as Hex. I mean, it was built right, and it was built simple. It wasn't overly complicated. There's only a few functions that you do in Hex. You don't use the Ethereum ecosystem a lot at all. You stake and you end stake. It's not like you need a whole bunch of movement to do anything. You don't have to be trading all the time. You don't have to move it around all the time. None of that kind of crap, in and out. You stake it and you unstake it. That's it. So it was built well. It's fast. It's secure. It's been audited, which is like, a plus in crypto, because on top of it working and doing all the things that I just said, there's been experts that have looked at it. Some of the finest experts in crypto, as far as auditing goes, have looked at it and give it a thumbs up. So Hex is built solid as far as cryptos go. There's one failure point that concerns me, and that's crypto, period.
So the overall landscape.
Yeah.
So if Bitcoin crashes, would that ever affect?
Well, no, I'm not talking about a crash. That's a market move right there. I'm talking about a catastrophic regulatory disruption. The U.S. and China decide to get together and outlaw crypto and say that's it, it's done. Or something like that is to occur, and crypto gets blasted. So that's the only real point of failure. And as far as that's concerned, that's a very slim chance of
the US dollar has its own, right? Doesn't it have its own crypto?
No, they've talked about it. I'm sure that there's models. I'm sure that there's probably tech that's been built, but they've never launched anything. There isn't one that exists really.
But they're interested. And I'm sure a lot of their lobbyists probably have crypto as well, right?
A lot of people, officials, and I mean every ilk owns crypto out there. There's every type of person there out there has some crypto. I mean, not everybody has crypto, but there's no like, I mean, yeah, of course, the technology world and the nerds and the cipher geeks and all that, we're more into it than anybody else. But there's a lot of different people out there that hold it, now. So Bitcoin mooning. Oh boy.
maybe a EMP blast.
Are you talking about the stable coins? Is that what are you talking about? USDT or USDC, Tether, and
I heard about those, yes, and
Okay.
Tether as well. I've heard about Tether.
Okay, well, those are what they call stable coins. So they're like pinned to the dollar. I don't know exactly how they can really say. When Tether first came out, it was said that that for every Tether, there's $1 in the bank backing it up, type of thing, right?
Right.
And then that got exposed, and it was like, no, it's not, and it was like, oh, okay, it's. I mean, when Tether came out, it was a scam coin. Everybody was like, "Oh, I wouldn't get into that, man. Stay away from it. Stay away from it." And it was, right when the 2016, 17 boom was starting, and Tether came out, and people were moving into Tether and trying to hold it as the dollar, and everybody just kept calling it, the Fed coin, and don't do it, don't use it.
And the Fed coin.
Now it's the most traded it's the most used crypto. It's used more than Bitcoin. It's used more than any other coin. So those are stable coins that they tie to the dollar. There's a few of them out there. USDC is one of them. USD Tether. So there's a bunch of them out there. So those aren't real Fed coins, but they are coins that are pinned to the dollar value.
Which then they control. They control them too, because in the dollar, they inflate with the dollar essentially too. Yeah.
So it gives you like an off ramp, like a place to like a rest stop for your crypto. So if you're out there trading, and you get some gains, and you want to take it off the market, you can actually stick it into Tether or USDC or one of these and pin it to the dollar, if you think it's going to drop or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, definitely. I was always concerned, like, to know, like, what is it that drives all these people, like all these Bitcoin maximalists to come out and raise the torches against Richard and Hex, because it's like, I understand, like, they're skeptical because it's kind of like a too good to be true kind of situation. But I think that they just kind of painted it under the same paintbrush, saying, well, if this is too good to be true, and my experience says that anything that's too good to be true is too good to be true, well, I'm just going to label it as that and not even do my research. And I'm thinking that's what's going on.
Yeah.
They got weak little hands, and they want to dump their Bitcoin.
They got wrecked.
They got big bags. And
they want you to buy in.
And Bitcoin's days are numbered. I mean, as far as it being a useful crypto, I mean, its days are really numbered as far as that goes. Now, because of its popularity, and I'm going to get all kinds of people in the chat. Bitcoin. But it's popular. It's got a big market cap. It was the first crypto. It deserves its place of honor, like I've always said. But it's old tech. It doesn't work. It's not safe. It's not secure. So we talk about HEX as far as what HEX is. We say HEX has all these tech features. HEX does this. But all crypto goes down 90%, 80% drops. That's what you're risking right now in crypto, period, end of story. Bitcoin people don't say that. All Bitcoin people ever do is talk about the fucking next 20K top, the next 100K top, the next 3 million fucking top. They just keep talking about that versus, hey, we're going to see another dump and we need to be looking into other cryptos and supporting other cryptos in order to move on in crypto, in order to advance the whole whole
landscape, right?
Whole landscape. Yeah. And that's not how they speak. So there's obvious reasons for why they're doing this. They're trying to pump their bags because that's what they have big bags of. Just like it's so apparent when you look at a guy like Max Kaiser and you listen to him talk and you watch him shill, and it's like they talk about Bitcoin like it's the greatest thing ever, and it's not. It sucks. I'm sorry. It's a marketable thing, and you could put it. You can use it as a store of value or whatever. Fine, but don't run around calling everything else shit all the time. I mean, and that's their narrative. Everything is shit. Oh, this shit coin. Well, I'm sorry, but Bitcoin doesn't work any better than most of the shit coins that are out there. You know,
wasn't. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying that, like, now even when maximalists are getting into podcasts with people, and then they're trying to like, yeah, everything's shit, even Ethereum, and then like all the people that are interviewed goes like, no. They're being very they're like I noticed that with Michael Saylor, they try to get that fucker to say like, yeah, Bitcoin's the only thing, Ethereum's dog shit, bro, and then he was like, no, crypto is here to stay. He put McCormick in his place on that shit. Like, no, Bitcoin isn't the only thing.
Yeah,
like, literally, like they try that shit all the time. You know, you know, it's so apparent too. They act like they're not, like, I hate all this grandstanding they do too. You know, it's like this holier than thou shit. Like Bitcoin's this way to store our economic energy into forever into the future and stuff. Well, your economic energy.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what it is, because you know, and like the chat room is talking about, you know, when Bitcoin pumps, everything's going to pump. It is going to help everything out. Don't get me wrong. I know that, because I saw it happen a million times. Bitcoin pumps and the energy goes into the other coins. The other coins pump, and then one of them will crash and it'll go back into Bitcoin. I mean, I remember all that. I get it, guys, and everybody understands Bitcoin's going to be around here to stay. But as far as a crypto goes, it doesn't do anything. It's not as good. It's dangerous. It's got bugs. It's got, you know, there's if it wasn't Bitcoin, if it came out today, no one would touch the fucking thing.
Right.
No one would touch it. Launch that now and call it, you know, something really cool, and put, you know, naked women, you know, in the front of it and all that stuff. And no one would buy it, because, hey, that's a scam coin. That thing's shit, you know? So it holds its value because it was the first, and because people put value into it. You know, that's what it is. If people think it's valuable, then it is. You know, like what was the poppies thing and all that kind of shit, whatever. Was it poppies or some other kind of flower that happened to?
Oh, tulips.
Tulips, right?
Blue tulips. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, I'm not saying that it's the same as that, but it's still the way that they shill it like everything else is crap. There's nothing else out there better. Ethereum is a shit coin, you know, and Ethereum is really giving crypto the ability to fucking move forward, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Or else this thing would have died. It would have died. So you can't just say Bitcoin is the thing holding up the whole. Yeah, it's got the biggest market cap, but if it wasn't for Ethereum, we wouldn't have this freaking badass ecosystem that we do have right now.
So fucking true. Wow.
And Chris,
so true.
I'm not saying that Bitcoin's going to disappear and it's not going to go up. I'm just saying, you know, it's like Bitcoin does good, ETH does better, Hex smashes all. You know what I mean? But it's just like, because even Bitcoin and its like ancient technology, it's still better than gold. It's still better than the equities. Yeah, I admit that for sure. Like, if I had to choose between gold and Bitcoin, I'd go Bitcoin. If I had a choice, like, only these two, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather own Bitcoin, because at least I can move that shit around, or I can, here, RG, here's some Bitcoin. Thanks, dude. You know what I mean? With gold, like, let me throw this brick at you. Here you go.
And put it back in my safe and let it sit there for another generation.
Right.
Yeah, right? Are you kidding me?
What happened now?
Oh, man. Oh, nothing. I'm just looking at the freaking wallet here. I just had some ETH in there that I was trying to run through.
ETH is going up right now too. Let me check ETH. Oh, it's up 5% today. Perfect. And with the Hex price how it is right now, that buys you much more Hex. Shing.
Well, where's the Hex price at? 07? 07?
Hex is at 72% of a penny. Hey, it's up. It was at a low today of, like, I think 64.
Yeah.
So cool. It's up right now. And then Ethereum's up too. The main trading pair. That means you're getting more Hex, more bang for your Ethereum, dude. You know, good, man. I mean, that's good. I mean, it's great. And plus, Ethereum's that's another thing too. ETH is going to pump into the end of the year. It's probably going to $700 to $800 at least by December because of all the phase 0 contract. Everyone has to buy Hex with Ethereum. That means if someone was thinking about throwing 20 Ethereum, their Ethereum just doubled in USD value. So guess what happens?
The gains.
I'm telling you, bro. This game is sick, dude. Because you ever heard the thing of the law of big numbers? You ever heard of that? Mm-mm. Yeah. So there's this whole thing where like the bigger something is, it just takes more money to push it up. So it's like you have a company that's 100 billion. You have a company that's 20 billion. You have a company that's 1 billion. It's really easy for the 1 billion company to go to 20 billion. It's pretty hard. It takes the company a lot of work to get to 20 billion to 100 billion, and it takes a shit ton of work. I mean, like you have to be the best company on the planet to like take a $100 billion company turn into a $1 trillion company. Apple, Amazon, Google. You know,
I mean, is that possible? Like, is that true?
Well, it happens. Yeah. There's $1 trillion companies already.
No, I'm saying, is it true though? Is that theory true?
Yeah, it takes more money to pump the price up because it's bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, so the bigger, like that's why Bitcoiners and like maxis are just on their hands and knees, like sucking dick and like brown nosing everywhere. Please, Wall Street, please buy Bitcoin, please. When balance sheet, when ETF and stuff, because they need all that money. They need that money there, and then like later on, they're gonna be begging for fucking retirees' money so they could. Like that's a fucked up shit that they don't ever talk about. Is like, yeah, I want the pension funds in Bitcoin to buy the Bitcoin price up. So what? So you could sell Bitcoin and you fuck
their pension.
Oh, that shit. Real quiet on that part right there. Real quiet on that, huh?
Yeah, that sounds and I always thought the same way. Like when I see the market cap, I'm like, okay, company has like I don't know, say 4 billion or 3 or 2 billion in it. You know, it's easier to get that kind of money into, you know, like say get it up to like 40 billion, 100 billion, than to get a $200 billion company up to 400 billion, right? And think about it. If you have a $2 billion company going up to 100 billion, well, you know, it went up, what, 50 times?
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, but the 200 billion company goes up to 400 billion. You only went up, what, twice?
2x. Yeah.
2x. It doesn't make sense. You know, I think, you know, it's really, you know, key to understand, like, number one, how much money is there really circulating in the world to be put into a cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
Okay. And number two, you know, I'd rather go with a coin like Hex where, you know, what do we get, like 3 billion? We have a lot of room to move.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it went down a little bit, that's what I was saying in my Twitter post earlier, that because the circulating supply went down because it's staked, means it's basically it made its market cap smaller. So that means it can get more X's up easier per token. Because at the end of the day, all that matters, right? If you are selling, right, is how many tokens do I have and what's the price? That's it, right? I mean, like the price of Hex goes $100 and you have one token. Shit, I'll take that. It's $100, but like, you know what I mean? But if the price of Hex is $1 and you got a couple million, you're like, woo, damn.
Right. And that's very fucking possible.
Yeah. It's not, dude. Like, I know we're shitting on Bitcoin and everything, dude. I want Bitcoin to go up and high because
we all want Bitcoin to do well because it's good
we all want
the whole environment.
It helps everything out, dude.
Not the environment, just for crypto.
Yeah. And half these maxis are bullshit maxis anyway. They're maxis in the street, but they're fucking altcoiners in the sheets. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, how does the money magically, if Bitcoin goes up, how does the money magically flow into the rest of the coins if they're all maxis?
Dude, more than half of the fucking market cap is in Bitcoin. Like, come on, it's old tech. Get out of Bitcoin and go to the fucking alts, right? Make more money. Just go to the alts. Go to Hex.
Yeah,
we're primed for the picking. Come on in.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Cass Rowlett, for the diamond, and yes, happy end of AA too. So let me bring everybody back down to earth a little bit, like I like to. Just fucking, you know, bring it down. But you know, if you're looking at those, you know, 110,000 X's and all that kind of stuff, you're chasing a dragon. You know that. I mean, you're really chasing a dragon. when you're looking for those types of returns, because in the typical world, you don't see that stuff, you know? And then when you sit down with an investor and you invest your money and you look at your property and you look at your retirement funds, you know, the last thing a smart investor is going to do is tell you, hey, you need to be fucking playing around in this shit right here, because there's 10,000x right here could be coming, you know. So I always tell everybody, and I guess this is financial advice, but you've got to put crypto in its place, and that's my financial advice: is don't put your finances into it. Don't. This should be play money. This should be gambling money, weekend card money, your beer money, whatever. Fucking stop smoking and put it in crypto, whatever you can, you know. But you know, to sit down and call this an asset class and put it in your portfolio and have your because no broker is going to sit down with you really and say, yeah, okay, Hex is going to be a fucking good one for you. They're not going to do it because they don't know it. They can't, you know. And nobody knows what the future of crypto is. So and when you're talking about a 90% dump, so on the look at that on the front page. So you send your financial advisor to the front page of Hex. Hey, I want you to check this out. And the first thing he sees is that, hey, all cryptos have gone down 90 and 80%. And so can Hex. What the fuck do you think your financial advisor is going to do? He's going to turn away, fucking unclick from that page forever, you know, because it's true. So you got to put it in its place. You always got to, but if you do have it in perspective of where it's supposed to be in your life, then hey, it could be life changing still, you know?
Yeah.
And, but I just want everybody to be aware about going all in on anything, you know? And to be sure that your fucking house is in order before you start fucking around with shit like this. Cause, same for fucking sissies, man. The same for sissies. Crypto is not for sissies. It is not for the weak-hearted. That's for sure. And it's not for the weak-handed either.
Put things away.
Don't wreck yourself, right?
Yeah, don't wreck yourself.
Yeah. And also, I don't know, this is probably financial advice. This is financial advice too. Just if you are in the cryptos, try not to have fucking 25 of them in a portfolio. You know, I've seen that shit. That's a lot, dude.
I'll never do that shit ever again.
That's a lot, dude. That's a lot to keep up with, man. Careful. That you can get in trouble like that. Or you can get
Hexadecimal said, RG3 millennials don't have fucking financial advisors. What the fuck?
Oh my God.
You know, you're probably right. You know, you're probably right. And the only reason I have one is because my father-in-law sat me down and said, you're going to sit down with my broker and you're going to talk. He's going to help sit your shit up, you know? And, I mean, I was grateful for that because I didn't fucking know or care back then, you know? And so I did. And you're right. A lot of people don't do that anymore. A lot of people don't sit down with financial advisors, you know?
People don't even go to go ask your doctor. People are like, what fucking doctor?
I don't have insurance. Right?
Like 80% of America is like, please consult your physician. And he's like, what physician? Some
That's
people
horrible, man.
I was about to say some people in the South, but I was like, some people are like, don't even have, I mean,
I've been good for 10 years already. I got a problem in my body, right?
I don't even need to fucking visit a goddamn dentist.
Oh, spits out a tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. That's how I lost my old man, dude. He never went to the doctor. He was fine, you know, real thin, freaking rail, basically, just living up in the mountains, living a good life. Didn't eat bad, didn't, you know, and then, you know, it just heart attack like that. Didn't know it, you know, never went to the doctor and all that stuff. So that was, yeah. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves.
Right. Go to the Hex doctor.
You want to make it to those 5,555 day stakes.
Yes. Hexologist was saying, he goes, I'm going to the gym now. Remember you said that? He's going to the gym now? Yep. So he's like, I got to last these 5 Quattro Cinco. So if you're staked out for 15 years, start eat right, stop smoking, you know? Yep. Dude,
I just got 8 pounds off this week, this last week and a half.
Nice, dude.
And yeah,
Congrats,
I gotta get my sexy back, man. This is horrible. This is horrible. COVID sucks.
Yeah, man.
All I can do is run to lose weight right now and just to diet, but I just don't want to do it. I don't want to get all like skinny.
That's the hard part about it. That's the hard part about it is like, you know, when you're in a gym and you're doing right and you're eating your macros and everything, and then, you know, you go off the fucking wagon and you gain a little weight, and then you're not going to the gym, but you know your arms don't shrink, your shoulders don't shrink, so you're like, oh, okay, I'm okay. Then you're like, oh fuck, I got to lose weight. So then when you lose the weight, it's like, oh fuck, what did I leave under there? Oh crap! Oh shit! Goddamn! Look at these fucking little rails and these fucking getaway sticks I got now. You know? Oh, that's the hard part because you lose all that muscle. You know, you've been losing it and you didn't even know it because the fat's covered it up, making you. Oh yeah, I'm still good. I'm still good. I still got some guns here. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chain smoking whiskey drinkers will outlast everyone that lives in a stress-filled life. Move to Portugal and chill the fuck out. I like that Far Out Aliens, but I gotta disagree with you on the smoking and the whiskey drinking. There's a certain amount of it you can drink, and once you get past that level, it starts affecting your body, buddy. Starts affecting that liver, starts messing with other stuff, starts poisoning you. But from what I understand, there's a small amount you can drink and you can be all right. But
yeah, actually, I hear it's actually quite healthy for you if you know have like a
couple glasses a day or whatever.
Yeah, I hear it's actually pretty healthy. Kind of puts your kicks your immune system into high gear, kind of thing.
They kicked up those studies, bro. That shit was lies.
Was it?
Yeah, dude. It was like
sponsored a glass of wine or something.
Sponsored by
no. It's the polyphenols in the wine and all that they're talking about. It is. The studies weren't bullshit. It was the polyphenols in the wine.
They literally say that like red wine, like you can just take the supplement and that's what you need and stuff. There's not you have to drink, like there's this guy called I think his name is Sinclair. If you just look up Joe Rogan's podcast, Sinclair, he's like this health and wellness guy who life extension dude. He pretty much broke it down. I was like, nah. No. I mean, no, the reason it's even healthy for you at all is just to lower your stress down. It's all meant if it helps you just like chill the fuck out a little bit, cool. But people
sponsored by alcoholics.
Hey, Internet Lurker, my pops was only 70 years old when he just passed away in July or whatever. Yeah, he was only 70. Resveratrol, yeah, there you go. Resveratrol and polyphenols and those kind of things are in it. So there's good stuff in the wine for your body.
Yeah, but you know why Americans are so stressed out, dude? It's all this fucking inflation, dude. Like we have to work tons of hours. Like I remember growing up. I don't know. This is if I believe the fucking programming and movies they used to show me when I was a little kid. That mom and dad would go to work 5 days a week and then spend the weekend with us, and then dad would go back to the office or go to his job, his company. That's it. Fuck no. Like since I got out of high school and everything, I've been working damn near 7 days a week, non-fucking stop. And that's the American. I mean, we've gone to the Japanese style of working. Like the Japanese are even a little bit more than the Japanese and the Americans are just always neck and neck with each other on who the fuck is working out harder and shit. Obviously the Japanese kill themselves a little bit more, but like it's true. It's true.
Well, Americans have never been more productive as far as the amount of work that they put out. And that's just what people have to do to make more money now,
There's too much demand. And also, like, you'll find somebody who's working, especially my area, or Jersey, New York area. You work $100,000 job a year, your rent is like $2,500 a month, right? And that's not even owning, right? And that's like a small apartment. Then everything else around you is like expensive because you live at, say, in New York City, right? So technically that $100,000 is like $40,000, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's horrible, and the companies over there ask so much of you, like they'll make you work extra hours, and your salary you got to finish this, or let me tack this onto you.
Oh, did you say salary? You meant slave? Ah,
yes,
Cool.
Salary equals slave, man. It's such a fucked up situation, man. You know, it'd never be happy to work on a salary with no overtime because they're gonna take everything they can out of you. I remember I was working in New York City, and you know, I was working in the Tribeca in New York. So there was Citibank's global headquarters. I was head of their whole security team there, their executive staff, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And it started to snow, and I was there, and literally within 5 to 10 minutes, my boss calls me. I'm about to leave to go home from work. We just got you a room across the street at this hotel. You're gonna stay there because the client wants you. Because I was a security contractor. So he's like, yeah, the client wants you to stay just in case if anything were to happen. I literally had to, within 5 to 10 minutes, just call my wife. Hey, by the way, I'm not coming home. You know, and that was all salary, no overtime, nothing, not my choice. But the point is, you know, for salary, you have to do a lot more. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's why you need to do stuff like, you know, invest in HEX or, you know, anything else, right? I mean, of course, we're highly all about HEX, but, you know, secure a passive income, right? Don't be chained to your fucking job.
We'll use HEX to do so, you know?
Yeah.
Is this motherfucker sitting in a goddamn sauna? Is he sitting in a sauna?
Jesus,
betcha.
Christ, bro. Don't stand up, dude. I'll be afraid.
Oh, God, dude, really?
Why?
Are you in a sauna right now? Oh, he just.
I've been traded out.
Happened? What just
Somebody
happened?
throwing up his spa, or what's happening there?
What do I do with my
I'm
hands?
dying right
What do I do with my hands? What am I doing with my hands?
Can you say bunga bunga for me?
Bunga bunga.
I'm dying there, bro. Careful.
What are you? Are you in a gym right now?
Is that red wine?
No. Just a lot of water. I'm at my house.
Are we really doing this right now? Are we fucking really doing this right now?
He's in a hot spa. Awesome.
He's in a fucking sauna right now, dude. Wait, so
What's wrong with it, man?
your headphones, your headphones, they don't break in extreme heat?
No.
My shit breaks all the time when I go in a sauna.
Well, you just
Connecticut,
need more
you got it
HEX.
like that. Damn.
Just need more HEX, man. Just buy more headphones.
Yeah. The Catholic
My mom's boyfriend got tested with COVID, and I was at their house earlier today. So
Oh shit!
just expediting the fever.
He's bringing it on. That's
We're trying to bring the production value of the show up. We're trying to bring it up. We're trying to
Oh, you
raise
said you want to see
levels
knipples?
up.
I think that's what you just said, right? Knipples.
yeah.
Don't worry, I'm hiding them.
You got an X tag if you show them.
They think you're in a fake sauna. They want you to make it steam. Pee on the rocks.
It's not a steam room. It's a sauna.
Yeah.
I know.
It's not a
139
Turkish
degrees.
bath.
It's an infrared sauna.
Yep.
It's not bad.
Just
Is
a little
that at
too
your
man.
office, or is it at your home, or what?
At the house in the basement.
Nice.
If I didn't have so many kids, I'd have a workout room too. But I guess one of those kids need a place to sleep.
Have you ever done that Russian thing where they take the sticks and beat the crap out of you? You know, like you're in the sauna and it's like the leaf branches and swat you.
2-3 times a week, or last week alone. Yeah, definitely.
But that's not during your intimate time. I mean, like, you know, professional.
Oh, never mind. Forget I said anything.
Hasn't seen that Joker in a while. How's it going, man?
Hey, not too bad. How you been?
Yeah, I've been watching your streams. I saw that obviously the one that was dedicated to HEX and other. You know, I've referred so many people just to watch your program not related to HEX because it's so enjoyable.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I figured to start like HEX. You know, I guess HEX streams because after the big payday, I feel we should keep the momentum going. So
Right.
Yeah, I think some of the people that are very mainstream and they haven't been in crypto, or they're still, there's so much opportunity after big payday. There's a lot that's been really focused on the big payday for the past year, and here this thing comes, and really the only thing in the contract as far as a date event is big payday. And post that, I mean, there's so much opportunity about just straight return on HEX. Like if you invest HEX, you're going to get HEX back. So the code itself I like, and I'll promote more after BPD because I won't have to explain as many things.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's again I keep learning about this concept as time goes by. So as I keep learning about it, and I'm talking to you guys. It gives me more I guess more pungent knowledge onto it, right? So I could talk more about it. I can speak more on it. And I don't want to sound, I guess in the beginning, I didn't want to sound like an idiot. So it's like, when I did my streams, I would dab on text and people are like, oh, what about this? I'm like, I don't really know too much about it, right? But I feel now, especially with you guys in my chat and kind of like, helping me out, it's been really informative and I really want to continue that stride,
Dude, you're fam. We love being in the chat too, man. So thanks for having us.
Absolutely, man. We're a family. Believe it or not, we're brothers.
For at least 15 years, right? Most of us.
For at least 15 years.
Well, there's going to be a pirate ship, from what I know. RG3 is going to be building one.
Yeah, Bentley pirate ship is what I saw in the
I got a dungeon for that fucker right there. We're locking his house up in the
that guy right
dungeon.
There. That guy right there.
And this one down here. This one right fucking there.
One thing
we're keeping you down as they call them snipes. So, yeah, snipes.
Okay.
You're
your favorite one to pick on? Oh, I'm honored. Thank you.
It's interesting. We say these 5555, or we say 10-year stake, as when you get the most as far as 20% per year, and it caps out at the 10-year mark, that kind of thing. But the day after big payday, when people are making 555 stakes, or the maximum length, there'll be another day after that, and people will continue to make a 15-year long stake, and there'll be months after that, and people will have 15-year as far as the code on what it can execute. So really, I think that before, like maybe almost a year ago, it was commented that the mathematics inside of HEX code, the contract itself, the mathematicians say that it's a 150-year long lifespan. So even though we say 15-year, or we say 555, or what's my ROI on big payday and things like that, you're going to think about the length of HEX's contract outlast, as far as the mathematics, outlast 99% of all fiat currencies that ever have existed. So the dollar has had a history, as far as you have called it a dollar, for all of your life. But before it was the dollar that you and I know, it was the Bretton Woods version of a dollar. And before that was a different thing that was also called the dollar. So we think the dollar has had history since the origin of the United States, but it hasn't. We just have referred to it as the same term. It's had different constructs, and it's actually had admin keys. If you think about it like code or crypto, the dollar has had admin keys. This doesn't have admin keys, and it's exciting to be part of the Plank owners, or the beginnings of this launch.
And then that's another thing that they can't talk about anymore is the launch and the AA and all that. So all that's HEX is just a crypto now, fully minted. It's just a crypto now.
Yeah. And every time that any government runs into a problem, they change the rules on what they're calling a currency or a money. But this doesn't have the potential to change the rules. The rules are set, and I think that'll give confidence to more of the legacy market, or the legacy people that are looking for ROI or return or stability in their purchasing power. I think that will give them confidence to know that a government can't change it. As long as math is of 2 + 2 = 4, as long as that's the truth, then the code doesn't change either. So I like that a lot.
What the hell was that?
That's me. Sorry, I got to mute.
Yeah. Continental dollar, baby. Shout out the pound.
Shout out to the euro.
Man, fuck the euro. Everyone always like, oh my god, the euro. Oh my god, the Europeans. Oh, what are we gonna do without them, man? Fuck them.
Oh,
Not the people, but the country. Some of the country leaders and the currency, man. I mean, I'll take those. We'll take the euros in exchange for ETH or whatever. But man, I don't think the euro's gonna last very long. That's what I think.
Everybody keeps saying that these currencies. They've been saying these currencies aren't going to last very long. But the tops will be fine.
Yeah.
The bottom ones with rough countries that are having troubles, that are getting overtaken, they're going to have trouble. But the tops are going to be the tops.
I'm not saying it's disappearing today or something.
I'm excited to see what the landscape's going to look as far as like after COVID, like how much money or where the money is going to be going, right? Like when people start getting more like better jobs and different departments open up and companies start evolving, I really want to know where the landscape will land. I think that's really exciting. Are they gonna go more towards like I said, like crypto? Are they gonna start hoarding money for like a rainy day, or like what's gonna be the plan here?
I mean, basically everyone in crypto threw their $1,200 in, and through the uni. The uni was another fucking stimulus check,
right? Oh my god, dude! Uniswap, what a freaking move, man!
Yeah,
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, man. But like, man, Hexagon's won on that too, and then the stimulus package and stimulus checks and stuff helped out, and then obviously people have been doing their unemployment, right, and also getting the $600 on top of the unemployment, and have been just using that money while at home, just funneling into crypto. I mean, that's what's been going on too. So like, with some of the biggest inflation is actually asset inflation. We've been getting asset inflation in cryptos, right? But you win it, dude. Because all you need is an asset to inflate twice as much, and you're still holding it, and it inflates that much, and you're winning over the dollar. That's for sure. Should we major careers to keep that COVID up? What?
Hey, gas price went down a little bit.
Yay! Nice, cool. Yeah, hopefully Bitcoin does break over 20, and so we could stop this bullshit, and then we can just go full bull market. That'd be sick. And right as our supply completely vanishes and our inflation rate goes down to 3.69.
It is almost like perfect timing for everything. The biggest crypto perfect storm I think that's ever been seen, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right time, right place. Gosh, if this bull market goes nuts, Hex is in a position. Wow. It will be the ETH killer. When you remember they were always talking about the ETH killers, out there.
Yeah.
In 17, it will be the ETH killer, because that financial energy that does go into a big Bitcoin is going to come into Hex. It's going to come into Hex.
Man, I'm already right on my bet, dude. I had people telling me, like, obviously I know it's Bitcoin or whatever, but like people were like, no. I'm always a moon boy, and I say, dude, we're going to hit 18 to 20K before December. I mean, by the end of the year and stuff. And like, no, dude, Litecoin, chill. We're going to stay at 16K, maybe 15. Dude, this is back then when it was like 10,000 or whatever. Right there, motherfuckers.
Got him. Hey,
got him, man. Shit. People doubt the FOMO, man. People doubt the FOMO. People just can't, like, in their brain, like, they're such pessimists. Like, in crypto, there's like two types of people. You're either an optimist or a pessimist, and I'd rather be an optimist, right? But so you either depending on how you handled the bear market. The bear market burned you, and you're just always think you always think the worst case scenario. Yeah, this thing will 2x or stuff, but that's it. That's all that's going to happen. That's all that's going to happen.
Why you do that with your mouth?
Yeah, the joke thing,
That's funny. And then when the price skyrockets, they look like they smelled like a pile of shit. You're like,
right.
They give you one of those, right?
Yeah, but they also those pessimists, right? They get into a coin, right, and the price goes up, and they're happy, but they sell too early too.
Yeah,
nothing's wrong with taking profits, but they sell too early. It's usually the optimists that make the money. That's
what Richard said.
Yeah,
he said that. He's like, you guys are getting wrecked because you're selling too fast. The same thing goes now. Like, look how many freaking people sold Hex. Like.
Right.
You're right before the big payday. Why? You're crazy, man.
But I will say this, though. I will say this. There is a negative to an optimist, is that sometimes they can be gullible, right? So sometimes you can be too much of an, depending on the optimism someone has, they could hold on for too long, or just they could be buying into dumb projects. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. Yeah. So what they do is they give like dumb projects the benefit of the doubt kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of a thing, right? And sometimes it does work out, but then you also have the pessimist, where the pessimist doesn't jump in until like, is this thing going? Is this thing going? The thing could be moving like 60 miles an hour. Is it going? Okay, now they jump in like all late and shit. So it's so the pessimist ends up getting like, imagine if I don't know, let me quantify this. Like, let's just say in the spectrum between 20K being like full like euphoria and like $3,000 being bear market, the pessimist doesn't get in until like 12K, 14K, where like the optimist gets in at 3,000 at the bottom, and could have got zeroed out. But when they choose the right projects and they get into it, they always make more than the pessimist. Always. The optimist always does. But they also get burned on a lot of stuff as well. So it's sort of like an equilibrium, sort of like the universe balances itself out a little bit,
Right. So there was a video that I made that was kind of like poking fun at a cryptocurrency that apparently recently zeroed out. That was a rival of HEX. Axiom, I think. Axiom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So what happened there? What was that about?
Well, I don't want to speak too much about it, but like basically some guy figured out a hack in the liquidity pool to stole all the money. And he pre-printed it, and then he printed the token. He printed a ton of it, and then just basically dumped all the coins on the one side and just took all the ETH on the other side on Uniswap. That's what happened.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and then they from there they pulled all their money together as a community and they refixed it and stuff and everything. Just like it was a fucking, just clusterfuck then.
So why is it that
you're
there was like
in something that's absolutely anonymous and you don't know who is behind it at all? You have no idea who's behind it whatsoever. You've got to be asking for trouble. You have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that Richard pulls all the strings, but he is a known person, and I can't imagine someone living over, walled off from the world as a narcissist. Richard is a smart guy. He's a genius guy. But I can't imagine that he would put his face out into the public realm and relegate himself to never being able to engage with smart people again.
Yeah.
Or the federal government if he was a scammer.
There also was a project that tried and failed in HEX. I'm not going to say the name because fuck them. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. For real. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. They use the same watch this. This is so crazy. It's almost like they tried to use HEX as a testing ground for their scam. It failed. And then they tried it in the rest of the DeFi space and killed people. So watch what happened. So they test run in HEX. It failed. They basically got caught and it fucking failed and shit, right? They try to do the same thing. Oh, there's going to be a V2 and a V3 and all this other bullshit. Then they disappear. Then magically Yams, the same verbiage, same word for everything. Oh, something happened with the contract. You know what? We're going to do a V2. Then the V2, we're going to hold your tokens. And then we're going to do a V3. And then, boom, disappears. Done. Dead. And I was like, wow, it was the same fucks. It was the same fucks doing the same thing. And they just tested it, but it failed here. They failed in HEX because HEX, there's some smart motherfuckers. I'm telling you, man. It worked out there for the rest of the DeFi fucks because they're real degenerates, man. Jesus. Yeah, I'm just telling you. I was like, that shit really caught my eye. I'm like, look at these motherfuckers. They were trying to use this for a texting ground and it fucking failed. And fuck them too. Fuck y'all.
Tell me how you really feel.
Well, because I mean, the funny thing is there's the crypto is full of such scumbags. I mean, it's so full of fucking scumbags because when we called it out or when it got called out by the community or whatever, those scam coiners, whatever, come running from all directions at you. My DMs get so fucking filled up with hate shit from people wanting to you fucking blah, 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 you know, and it's like, these people are that adamant about wanting to fuck people over that I mean, it's I don't get it. Those are the real narcissists.
Yeah.
Those are the real narcissists, and crypto is full of them, especially leaders in crypto. I've seen a few of them. I've known a couple of them, and they're just narcissists. They're self-absorbed. There's a difference between being self-absorbed and self-confident. You know, like Richard. Richard is not, like you said. He doesn't have narcissistic type behaviors. He's not a He's not that at all.
He's confident, but he's not a narcissist.
He has a lot of self-realization and a lot of confidence in who he is and his abilities. Yep. And he has the right to do so because he is. And I mean, when it comes to my field, you know, if you want to lift 1 million pounds up in the air, you know, 40, 50 feet up in the air, I'm going to walk you through it and show you, you know, how good I really am at it. You know, I walk through that with confidence. Like you can't fucking touch me. There's like 5 people in the world that can do this, you know, like I do. So, you know, and that's how Richard is with crypto, you know, right. And that's what we're observing here. That's what we're seeing here. He knows his crypto. He knows his marketing. He knows what he's built. He knows the space, and he has a lot of confidence doing it. And so I don't see any narcissistic behaviors there. Now I do see a lot of those in these other coins. And I do see some of these leaders that have, you know, they have personality disorders. And I've experienced it in my DMs with them and arguments and fights that they've had with me. And they have narcissistic behaviors. So that's the one thing that I really did. It was like a whew moment when I realized that, hey, you know what? Richard really is, you know, he is just a smart guy. He is just a genius guy with a lot of confidence and overly boisterous about it. You know, he speaks it, you know, hey, I'm fucking smart and I'm rich and I did it on my own before I was 20 something years old.
Without marketing.
Without
marketing.
And that's not in any way narcissist. That's just a lot of confidence. And that can rub people wrong sometimes. But it didn't rub me wrong. You know, I thought, oh, great. This guy knows his shit like I know my shit in what I do. You know,
well, that should just reinforce your feelings about him.
It did. Yeah. You know, and that's why I've done everything I've done. That's why I've supported the community so much. That's why I've supported HEX so much, is because I feel that Richard feels the same way about his profession as I do about, you know, the experience I have in mine. And, you know, I dug that. I was like, fuck yeah. Tell these fucking kids, tell these fuckers what it's all about.
That's fucking right. I love that part about him. He just lets you know how it is. And then if you come out with an opposing idea, he'll ask you. He'll be like, so why do you think this is a scam? Or what is it that you feel that is wrong about what I'm promoting here? And the answers are always very similar. Well, you're a scammer. like, okay. You know, and you know, a lot of stuff that the opposing side. What happened?
Oh, I just saw BTC's at 18.4K. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Pumping.
You know, anytime that he's kind of opposed, like he always has an answer to anything that is said, right? And I, to be honest, a lot of it's kind of jargon to me because I'm not, you know, I'm kind of new in the whole crypto space. So it's like when he speaks the numbers and the analytics and the statistics of how this person did what and so on and so forth, it's like I can't validate yes or no. I'd have to research, right? But the other guy always seems to be shut down after he talks. So I'm like, probably fucked them up there, you know?
Yeah. It's, yeah.
So what's going on, Gary? You're being awful quiet tonight.
I've got, just like everybody in influencer space of HEX, or at least a commentator, I've got 3 phones blowing up. Everybody's
that's another thing. I'm paying attention to all this other shit going on. And
I got one more thing to say before I got to go pick someone up right now. You know how we were saying, like, there's these con men and stuff, there's these narcissists. There's also these con men that pretend to be like on the spectrum as well. You know, they pretend that they're so, like, he didn't know what he was doing with the code. It's just because he's so into the technology and stuff. He just goes fast and breaks stuff. Like I see that all the time, where these dudes just like they make themselves look like dorks. It's sort of like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates and stuff. They make, oh, that's just grandpa. That's the one of the richest men in the world. Like, that's good old grandpa. He goes to McDonald's and lives in the same $400,000 house that he's lived in all his life. Sure. Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's illusions that they put on, right, for people to basically fleece them essentially, right? And it's kind of fucked up because a lot of the guys who lead coins kind of lean into this sort of thing where like they're so on the spectrum, they're so genius that they're asocial. No, I mean I really don't think they're that asocial. I think it's more of it's kind of a marketing tactic. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, and like he just sometimes just goes off he just looks off into the sky.
So they just say that everybody has Asperger's that's a founder? Is that what you're saying?
A lot of founders will just lean into that shit that they have Asperger's and they're so smart and like that's why he's an asshole to people. And then this is why like he does this and this is why they didn't think about the economics. That's why they don't talk about price because they're so into the tech. Okay, bro. Sure. You know what I mean? It's like that's what they do to cover up the fact that they don't want to talk about the price because of all the bullshit they're doing. You know what I mean? They don't want to talk about the price. No, because they're so into the technology. He doesn't have time to think about the price because he's always just like the code and then the DAO and the way we're going. God damn, that's bright, bro. Jeez. But yeah, that was my last little rant on that. Yeah, that shit really ticks me off when I see. I'm just pattern recognizing these fucks. Like, oh, all these guys have Asperger's. All the guys are so into the tech and stuff. None of these guys are into chicks. None of these guys are like have a life and stuff. None of these guys
into chicks.
I mean, for real. Like. No, I'm not saying anything like gay or nothing. Like, I'm just saying literally like none of these guys are they never act like normal people. They always act like there's some kind of a perfect robot and stuff that they're always so put together. It's a bunch of bullshit. They're not.
I do have my own theory on intelligence. As far as like somebody who has a higher IQ is vastly different than the rest, right? And the rest meaning like a normal like person that doesn't think up of hex, right? Or doesn't is not like an Albert Einstein. So, obviously the highly intelligent that can come up with something like that would have different types of traits. And one might be they're overly obsessed with, I mean, maybe the code, but overly obsessed with what they do. And they're not really prone to any type of like social engagements because that's all a distraction from what their goals are,
Right.
Well, again, so if you look at HEX and the code, the solidity, the way that it's written, the mathematics, all these people that have this genius Asperger's running, all these other coins and stuff like that, why would they poke at Richard and his personality versus the code? If they're such experts in their blockchain and their project and
because that's the only vulnerability,
they do not touch it. It's like talking about, a creator of, I don't know, like Edison and saying, the light bulb doesn't work. No, they don't even attack the light bulb. They don't even attack HEX as a light bulb,
right?
As technology,
because he's different. Yeah, because he's different than them, and that's what really, like, I guess, intimidates them. Because in anything, even in all humanity, we don't like anything that's different outside of the bunch. So we like everything to be symmetrical. We like everything to be patterns, and that actually is something that our brain craves. Because it's validating to our brain. But, Richard is a very, outlandish kind of personality to them. He's not status quo. He's out there. He's helping people. He's not doing what they would do. So it's vastly different. So they can't stand it. They don't like it. They want him to toe the line just like they do. So this way they can not only understand him, but also maybe even manipulate it where they can use whatever he's doing in their favor.
Yeah.
So
you guys have a good night. Okay, I gotta go pick someone up.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
All right, man. Don't spurg out, you guys.
Don't run into any influencers out there.
I'll try not to.
I totally agree with what Joker was saying, and it is the people that go against the grain. When if you look at some of Richard's stuff earlier than crypto, not even talking about the topics of crypto. If you look at his stuff from like 3 years ago when he first started publishing anything on YouTube, It's about speaking truth to power. It's about making the world a better place by taking that bold move of speaking to power, not just being an activist of some sort or someone that's just driven by emotion, but actually living an integrous life, a purpose-driven life kind of thing. So, and how to make an apology that's meaningful. I mean, if you look at his earlier self-help kinds of videos on his channel that are still there, that are part of the Sci-Vive stuff, things like that, that actually is kind of counter. I mean, he wasn't monetizing it. He wasn't trying to be a YouTube influencer and say, hey, I'll do this so that I get paid in some way. He's actually doing altruistic things.
True.
Yeah, it's very, very meaningful what Richard has done in the past, what he continues to do. And I think that he's just like all of us hitting our middle age life as men. We look at purpose different than we did when we were 20 or 25 or 30 or 45 or 50. I mean, we look at purpose of our current life and our near future differently. Yeah, I think that's the same thing with Richard.
That's interesting that you bring up his self-help stuff, because I mean that's a pattern of personality, right? You don't just change overnight, right? So he came from money, from what he said, right? I can't validate that, but it looks like he did. And
he come from money. He came from being an air conditioning repair guy for his dad. He didn't come from money.
Well, retired is what I meant.
Yeah.
He's retired. And then he did the self-help thing, and then eventually he worked into where he's at now. So if you look at the pattern of his past, he's helping people, right? Mm-hmm. So like, that's like if someone is an EMT for the first part of their life, and then eventually they want to be a doctor. Well, it's kind of like the same thing, right? So I would expect him to help people even later on in life, even if after Hex moons, right? Even, I don't think he's going to change at all. So for people to say he's a scammer, he's going to take advantage of people, and he's doing this, that, and the third, it really does it to disservice to his previous, efforts and who he did help, because he's not like that. I don't see him like that. I have open DMs with him. I talk to him on Telegram every so often. The guy's genuine. He's a fucking genuine guy. He's not pompous. He's not arrogant. None of that. He helps me understand a couple of things. I ask him a couple of questions. Boom. He doesn't hit me right back because he's probably busy, but when he comes back, he's pretty fucking genuine.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's cool to have somebody like that really, make what we have today.
Yeah. Yeah, he sizes people up pretty quickly about, even if they don't have a following or something like that. It's not just about access to their network or broadcasting to their influence or something. He talks to people all the time, especially in a meritocracy kind of way. If someone is bringing knowledge to the table, he brings knowledge to the table, and he isn't just like an instant debate, I'm going to be the ego in the room type personality, even though people see him that way. They see him as, they always think that he's over talking people or whatever. They'll stop and say, okay, you've got the entire table, 20 minutes, run the board, take your best shots, because when he is so logic driven, of course he does know communication skills about debate and frame and things like that. He knows all of those things to win a point. But yeah, the more that you listen to it, and then you go back and you reflect and you try and take your own emotion out of what you heard, the more you will learn. And I like a lot about Richard.
Yep. That's emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
That's being able to take a step back away from emotions and evaluate the situation and then provide a response. Yeah. And he does that 100%. I see it. Yeah, you can see he gets mad. Like whenever they're scam, he's just like, you see him like, are you serious right now? Like, are you really just calling me a scam? Like, you don't have any fucking like background to say that. But then, he kind of like, okay. And you see him with patience. What makes me a scam? Right. Yeah. He just asked the question.
Yeah.
He doesn't, none of that explosive stuff where a lot of other people probably would have cracked.
The problem with a lot of the conversations that he has with these people is that they don't listen. They've got a point that they've made themselves, and they don't want to hear his answers. They don't want to hear why he has the answers that he has. They say, no, I want you to talk about where this is going and why is this doing this? And he says, well, let me explain to you. And he tries to show them historical record. And as soon as he goes back to that, they're like, no, you're skipping the question. No, I'm going to put this in context for you, because that's the thing. They don't want to put anything in context. He goes back and tells the story of, why he made what he made better than the things that are out there. And as he goes back into it, they start freaking out. It's like, no, because they know.
He's very granular too with his answers. He really goes down to the nitty gritty, and he spells it out for him. I don't see him really leaving any stone unturned when he kind of answers.
Well, these people that are super athletes, and mostly in like individual sports, like runners or pole vaulters or things like that. They have to be such focused, right? And it's for that couple of minutes of performance at the Olympics, right? They train and they train and they train, and then they're on the stage, right? And on the stage, things can happen, right? But you still have that hyper focus. I think Richard has that same sort of thing. Like, he is self-deprecating. He actually comments a lot about not living up to his potential, right? And what his possibles are. Right. And I think that there's a certain level, even though he loves himself, there is still a certain level of self-loathing over, I could have done more. I was more slothy or something than I intended to be. But he's in Telegram 23 hours of a day.
Yeah. and the self-deprecation also shows you, how dedicated he is to, his life and what he does and what he thinks success is, because he's constantly striving for it. And when he falls short, he admits it and he calls himself on it. So, and just like the whole ETH thing, I remember him talking bad about ETH and, saying, oh, it's the most buggiest, piece of crap I've seen ever, and blah, blah, blah. And he made good on that. He said, I was fucking wrong. And, has nothing to do with the code. It has to do with the coders, because programming Solidity is hard. And he cleared that up and said, hey, I made a mistake. It's not, it's not can we please get rid of this fucking clown?
Yeah. It's not the road of Ethereum because it's Turing complete. It's the vehicle. So I know where you're going with that.
And it was the vehicle. And he said it's about the people that are programming it and the mistakes they were making because Solidity's hard. So, watching him do that is another reason why, you say he's got character, because people who are narcissists don't make those kind of comments. Mm-hmm. They just don't. They're never wrong. Well, they can never even see themselves wrong. They don't have the ability to comment that way or switch something around, say, oh, I was wrong. This, they don't have that in them.
He's a perfectionist from what I see, and good on him for evaluating himself constantly, because the only way that you're ever going to evolve and adapt and to solve a problem is, the first step is to identify the problem, right? And the only way you're going to identify the problem is if you evaluate, right? And you do the overall, evaluation of who you are, what you're saying, how you're saying it. And, I think it's somebody who's continuously doing that on themselves will eventually come to a point where, they're the best version of themselves every single day. So, if he keeps evolving and adapting, and that's probably how he got to that point where he's at today. And even today, he's still fine tuning it, right? Just little tweaks and things like that. And even to go to a point where he goes beyond himself and makes good on what he said about ETH shows that he's actively even fixing what he said, right? So he's doing not only himself a service by fine-tuning himself, but he's also fixing the stuff he said to people who listen to him and follow him. So that goes back to him being such a, altruistic type person and doing the self-help stuff. But now, hey, if I did wrong, listen, I did wrong. I'm doing you a service by telling you, I know you follow me, but I'm a human being too, right? I may look like, God's gift to this world, but we're human, right? And it kind of gives you that like humble, hey, this guy's fucking genuine, you know?
Yeah.
So it kind of just all rolls.
It's interesting that people say, or he says, and we think of legacy. You know, why are you doing this? You already have money. Why would you be doing this? And he says, he does say legacy. And there's different levels of legacy. One level of legacy might be you're the first person to climb Mount Everest, right? You no one ever did it before that was documented, and you did it. And now your name is in the history book, right? Is that legacy that improves people's lives, or is it just a mark in the history? And now you have that spot, you have that line that has your name on it, right? If you look at the potential legacy of converting to a honest store of value or trade or exchange token or whatever you want to call it, you know, if it's clamshells or if it was buckskins or if it was dollar bills or an ounce of silver. I mean, we've had different experiments in humanity about what we trade, right? And what do we store that value? And it's just basically the consensus of the collective. What do we all value, right? That gives something value. So the idea to have something that is by code not able to be debased. I mean, we have volatility right now, but there's a potential that this could go to being a method of storing value that doesn't get debased by a third party or central party. That's the cypherpunk idea. That's what Bitcoin was founded on in years ago. And it was built with a security model that, you know, required miners to burn electricity, develop and innovate hardware, and manage and have this overhead, this operational overhead of Bitcoin. And it's been a good experiment, and it's had a boom of liquidity, and it's taken hold to a very small percentage of the population that even knows about Bitcoin or utilizes Bitcoin for trade or anything like that. It's almost all speculation.
Yep.
But when you talk about legacy of Richard, this seems like a legacy moment that could change things. It could completely fall on its face. EMP, aliens land, whatever. There's all kinds of stuff. People could tear themselves apart because of politics, much less money. So, yeah, I mean, as far as an ideal to strive for, to invest in, I'm very happy to be invested and have a significant chunk of my labor, time, and my own innovation invested in dollars that became HEX, you know? So, yeah, I think that a mark of legacy for Richard, I hope it comes true. Not just because it'll be money for me or for others, but because it may impact how people interact with each other.
That's awesome, man. That's a really, really powerful statement. I applaud it.
Okay, let me jump into the chat here and talk to everybody real quick about the 5,555,000 HEX giveaway. So tonight we're going to pick a few more people, and then we're going to do it one last time on Wednesday night stream. So tonight you're going to be able to qualify to get on the wheel. We are going to spin the wheel right after Big Payday, the hour after Big Payday. So be there for Big Payday, be there for the hour after, because you have to be available to win. So be there so that we can contact you. We can check that you've done 3 simple things that you need to do. Well, you got to do 4 things. Number 1, you have to follow us on Dlive. It's Discourse_Syndicate for those of you on YouTube or Twitch. Discourse_Syndicate on Dlive. Subscribe to us on YouTube, which is also Discourse_Syndicate. Subscribe there. And then follow me on Twitter, RG3_pirate, and you can qualify at that point. Now, we're going to pick somebody out of the chat. So the 4th thing that you have to do is you have to qualify to get on the wheel. How do you do that? We're going to pick a word. I'm going to have everybody put that word into the chat room. And by the way, we have been completely random with it. I'm getting more stupid DMs about all that. So I know I can't please everybody, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And no spamming. You can't post in YouTube and in Dlive unless you've got a separate account, because I know you slick motherfuckers are doing that too. So anyway, that's what I want to do is we're going to pick one out of each. And
Can I pick the word?
Yeah, we'll let you pick the word later.
I have just the word there, pirate.
And no spamming. If you can only enter once, if you enter twice, I go back. I'm going to check the chat. And I'm telling you right now, the chat room, they'll dime you out faster than I could find you, to be honest. If you've put two entries in, they will call you out and we'll pick somebody else. And if we find you doubled up. So just one time, enter one time. And then we'll pick somebody from the chat tonight and you will go on the wheel and we'll spin it then on Big Payday. All right. So we're sitting at 258 viewers on Dlive, 103 viewers on YouTube. We're cranking. I mean, I'm surprised, Hexo showed 1,400 people on it today. Oh my God.
Wow.
1,400?
1,400 live viewers on Dlive, just on Dlive.
That's so awesome, dude.
He collected like 140,000 lemons today in one shot.
Right?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No, that's what his stream did today.
140,000 lemons. What is that? That's a shitload. That's crazy.
It's about $1,400, right?
More like 1,700.
1,700 bucks in one stream. That's a lot of hex. That's lot of
amazing. Hex. And who knows who clicks? Well, I guess there's no referral link anymore, huh?
Yeah. Well, he had it till the end, though. He did have it till the end.
I staked one under his referral code today.
Yeah,
0.369.
I love it.
Yeah, it was cool, and it wasn't the AA kind of like went out with a whimper today. It didn't like blow up.
9,000. That's why it was like 9,000 or something.
It was like 9,000. It wasn't anything spectacular either way, whether it was real low or real high. I mean, it's lower than it's been in a month, but it was kind of like a whimper, It was anticlimactic ending of the AA. Oh, hey, I have to exit my stake or my AA. God damn those fucking gas prices again.
Well, they shoot back up or?
It just my cheap ass are a little high. A little high. Not bad, but a little high.
There was a guy that dropped in on Hexo Live. Oh, the CEO of Dlive.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. So the CEO of Dlive showed up on his show and did a donation, right?
Yep. His name is Charles Wayne. He dropped a ninjet on Hexologist.
Wow, that's really cool. Wow.
Yeah.
The CEO, huh? That's cool.
Yep. I took a screenshot of that and I posted it on the Telegram, so he can see it.
Does he do that to like just a certain threshold kind of follower or a streamer?
I haven't seen him once. As a matter of fact, no. I seen him once when he was going around and just he was doing a promotion for like all different streamers, and he dropped like 2 Ninjaginis on me, which was great. I love to see him. And then he went to the next channel. So he was like doing it to different channels. I never expected him today, or was it today today, to be in Hexologist channel and just give him a ninjet. That was really, really interesting.
That's amazing.
Yeah, really interesting. And,
I mean, I don't know how many thousands of hours over the past year of Hexologist Dlive show has been played or replayed. Seen. Hours.
Well, Hexologist, he's a staple in the Hex community, right?
Yeah.
And obviously Hex is doing phenomenal in the market cap. So I think it would behoove Dlive to keep a good relationship with one of the main influencers of Hex.
Yeah.
Especially that he has direct conversation.
All of them. They should be hoove of being nice to all of them.
including the Discord.
Well, right, you too. You're absolutely.
If you think about, again, not to discount the pirate's amazing persona and person and guy of integrity and all those good things, the affability of Hexologist, the get along with people. I mean, he still stands his ground. He's not a pushover or anything like that. He just doesn't. He just is very open and welcoming in personality until he's done wrong. I mean, if somebody's done him wrong, then he just like anybody, you get hurt feelings, and he will react. But outside of that, he's one of the most welcoming people, honestly, in the Hex community. I think most of us are like a little bit asshole, but not all asshole. And then Hexologist is a great staple. Doesn't matter what community he would be part of, he'd be a prize in that community.
Well, Dlive has been gatekeeping Hex for a little bit, not putting us on the wheel. And by the wheel, I'm talking about the featured list, because there's like a featured list. And for a while they didn't put Discourse Syndicate or RG3 here. They didn't put Hexologist on there or anybody who was promoting Hex, because we're a direct competitor to BTT and Tron.
Right.
So what does it look like? We're on Dlive, which is a Tron owned platform.
Yeah.
And they're putting us up on the featured. But I facilitated this. I went on the partner Discord and I was like, what the hell is this about? Why the hell are you guys not putting us up on the wheel? Well, now, I think you're on the wheel today, right? RG3.
What? Yeah. We're number one, I think, right now.
Yeah, awesome. It's amazing. It's awesome because now they're being more susceptible to putting Hex streams up there because they see our power.
Mm-hmm.
They see what we have to do here, and the message we're promoting, and not only that, but Tron isn't, man, freaking Justin's son, who's the owner of Tron, who owns this platform, didn't get as many views as Hexologist got today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he can't even get that. As a matter of fact, he competes with this stream. That's funny. That's
so the
ironic.
Hexicans right there. They, this community has been, and I mean, my hat is off to you guys. Thank you so freaking much for making Discourse Syndicate what it is. If it wasn't for all the followers that are loyal, that would sit here for hours and hours and listen to a lot of the chat that we've had here, I mean, it's all them. It's the 300 people that are sitting here watching, 350 people that are sitting here watching right now, that have just been relentlessly loyal to the shows. I mean, they've been just relentless. So it's all them, man.
Yeah.
By the way, thanks for the diamond. Joker was the best raid we ever did, Brand said. Thanks, Brand.
I remember those days. I remember that first raid and when he's like, what is this? Who are these people? What is this? What is this madness? The Joker talking about someone else being more mad and wild. I was like, that's crazy. Like, who is this character? What is this guy? The Joker. It was so much better than the goat. Who was the goat? The goat shed guy? Who was that guy?
Oh, yeah.
I'm hearing about. Who is that guy?
You never seen this guy? He has
No.
a shed, and he was called the Goat or something like that. I haven't seen him in a long time, but I was just one night I was doing a raid. It was like one of our first raids.
Yeah.
And it was really kind of the first one. I went in there, and this guy was like, oh my God, what are these people doing here? And he was literally a guy in his shed with like 3 viewers. And he was pissed that we were there. And the weird thing was he had this bot talking to him all the time. And this bot
I've never seen this guy.
No, dude, it was like a
he was on a
bot
trip
from Twitch or something. Twitch. So whatever the chat was saying, the bot was saying, and he was responding to it. And it was saying all kinds of like really bad sexual, like just off the wall shit, right? And people were just typing stuff in, and he would read it and go, "Oh my God, stop talking, stop saying that," and the bot was going off. So it was kind of like it was really funny because he was acting like it was seriously this bot was talking to him, and he couldn't shut it up. you know.
What the fuck?
And it had this.
Did he have like a schizophrenia or something? Like
he acted like he did. He looked like he looked like the guy that would be hanging somebody in that shed, chaining them up, and
shit.
I was getting a little scared after we started chatting with the guy. He started getting upset that we were even there watching. I'm like, oh shit, man, this guy gonna freaking roll all over our
He's
show.
Gonna fucking murder us. Like,
well, I wouldn't worry about that, but I was like, I don't want this guy
like,
freaking cluttering up our chat room with him, and people going. It was
oh
it
my
was
God.
eerie.
After that, RG was looking for other people to raid, and look at who we found.
That's funny.
It was a good joke for a long time.
Yeah, there are a lot of different crazy personalities on Dlive, and it's really insane. Like you see a lot of people that do just the most craziest things, and you wonder like, why is it that this person's doing this? Like I seen a guy, he was in his room, piss fucking drunk, windows wide open. The guy fucking turns around in the camera and he takes a piss out of his window. And I'm like, is this happening right now? Like, what the fuck? And the guy's like, oh yeah, he's like from like Australia or something, has like a heavy accent. And he goes, yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take a leak. And I'm thinking he's gonna go off screen to go to the bathroom. He goes to his fucking window. I'm like, what the hell is this?
So Dlive's full of that weird stuff. I seen a couple of guys that were like this one guy. He had like one of you could tell it was a nasty old house, and he had a table full of trash, just trash and beer cans and shit all over the place. And he was drunk as shit, just doing a stream, sitting there on his kitchen table. It was full of trash. And it was like, wow, this is getting out there, man.
Yeah, it's definitely out there. But I'll tell you what, I mean, there's a lot of good people on Dlive too. Aside from the oddballs, right? I wish this site was a lot bigger because a lot of them deserve, the success that they're longing for. Unfortunately, they get really, they're in a situation, or a lot of them are in a situation where, they're just trying to make it for their family or whatnot. I have a group that I hang with. They're called Nations 13. By God, they're the most sweetest people that you can ever meet. And a lot of them have a lot of hardships, And remember what I said, if God, God willing, I win this contest, my name's on the wheel. I definitely will help them out 100%. I'll give them a staking ladder. A good portion of that is going to go to helping those people that need it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We don't talk about all that much philanthropy around here, which I think a lot of Hexicans, a lot of the, OG, pre freaking big payday and all that are going to be some really good philanthropists. I have talked offline to a bunch. We've talked a little bit about it on show, but I've seen some really cool stuff happen. Let me answer something. Hey, look, guys, I'm not doing coke. I've been sick for fucking 3 days. All right. I'm not
doing coke.
RG3 doesn't have sugar boogers. All right. I'm not doing lines anymore. Those days are over.
So you're just saying about the philanthropy thing, that before when AA was happening, HEX.help was about the referral going to suicide prevention. So now the AA is over and it doesn't go to a referral link for HEX. I'm repurposing that website, and it really is only philanthropy. It's only for those purposes.
Good.
So I'll be releasing that probably within the next couple of weeks, but I've been working on that in the background.
That's awesome, man. Because you want to live as a good person, and you want to die knowing you're a good person. Mm-hmm. So absolutely, man, go for it. I applaud that. And I think a lot of us should, especially if we're getting hundreds of millions of dollars, say Hex becomes $10, right? We're going to be fucking rich as pig and shit. We're going to walk around and we could get literally whatever the fuck we want. Well, remember all those that struggled around you, and you know what? Give them a hand. I think it's important to be that kind of community, because that's that kind of community is always accepted and always loved. So,
but also one of those things that Richard put out there is you can give away money, or you can teach people how to make money that can give away money. and he's given opportunity over this past year, 2 years, honestly. So a lot of us that started with it, it was before there was a brand, before there was an icon, before there was a name for this product. And so that long journey has been Richard allowing people to grow through their utility, or for, they come up with their own idea and they say, hey, I'll make a website about this or about that. And all of the things that you're able to see metrics wise is because the incentive to rise and in a meritocracy kind of world, it was there. Hexologist became successful. RG became successful as far as the broadcasting of the Hex message, sure. But we also grew a lot. I mean, our skill sets have grown, our communication skills have grown, our opportunity and our networks have grown. And that empowers you to do more with the tools that now you have in your bag. So Richard could have given away money, could have given away to people that wouldn't have enabled them the same way that it has this broader audience to get degrees of separation, right? You can impact your immediate family, and your immediate family can impact somebody else, that kind of thing. So I think he's been able to amplify the degrees of separation of his influence and his impact on the world through this tool.
And there's things you can do. So I want to give everybody some information here. There's things that you can do to help your family out. I just did this recently. And to let everybody know, you have to be staked before the end of before the end of tomorrow's UDC time zone, or else you're not going to make the big payday. Just to let everyone know, you've got like 18 hours or 20 hours or something like that to be sure that you're staked in order to get before the big payday. Hold on one second, I might sneeze. But
be staked for the entire day. Don't early in stake just because you got staked for a few hours of it.
Yeah, you got to go through the whole thing and let the process roll. So that has to be done. What I did was I got a small amount of Hex and I put it out 15 years for all of the kids and all the kids in my family, nieces, nephews, whatnot. And one of the bad things, and one of the reasons I'm glad I did that, is just this morning. I mean, my family has been through the freaking ringer with death this year, but my cousin, who I treat like a sister, and I take care of her kids too, because their dad was he wasn't around, whatever. So I've always kind of helped her with them and whatnot. Well, I just made stakes for them. Some small 15-year stakes, which could turn into a lot. I mean, it's going to turn into a lot of Hex, but could be worth a lot of money for these kids one day. Well, they just lost their father this morning.
Wow.
They found him dead, alcoholism that killed him. And he was a young guy. He was younger than me. He was in his 40s, late 40s. So, one thing you could do is put some stakes out there for your family, for kids, for your nieces and nephews or whatever, for their college funds. I mean, I know we probably all do it for our kids or for our future kids, but maybe you can do it for some of the family that you have immediately. And that's what I did. Sorry guys, I really apologize everybody for this damn cold. It's just driving me nuts. And I popped a whole bunch of antihistamines and shit too.
Well, just remember,
probably whacked out.
Remember, as a medical professional, don't take the blue pill while you're on antihistamines. So
I've never had to worry about the blue fucking pill.
Remember, that's an alpha blocker. So,
That's a what blocker?
It has to do with your heart.
Oh my gosh, man.
So
what's going to happen?
So most people don't know that Viagra. So I'll give you a little history of research trials. And so when you give a trial and you're saying, okay, this is a diabetes medicine, or this is for whatever the therapy might be, the first phase is just, is it safe? And you just give it to basically college level guys. So you're just saying, we're going to give you 10 times or 100 times the dose, and we just want to see if it has any harm to you, right? If it has any after effect. It's not even for therapy. Phase 2 is when you're actually dosing, you're figuring out the dose to actually treat the disease, and you're measuring how effective it is on the disease. Like if you're taking a cholesterol medicine, you're trying to see, does it reduce your cholesterol, your overall cholesterol, right? And how effective was it at what dose? And you're figuring out that strata for phase 2. And then,
oh, sorry, go ahead. Ash said BTC's dumping now. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jim.
And then when you go through a whole arc, a double-blind study, what you're doing at the end of that is you have to account for everything. So nurses, as the patient comes back, the trial is over, you say, we gave you this many bottles of pill. You took this amount of pill over the arc of the time. And now we want those pills back because the study got early ended, or, we've got enough data and we're going to close down the study. Well, years ago, there's a trial, and, almost everybody brings back the drugs, but they noticed that guys kept saying, oh, my dog ate it. I left it in a suitcase in the airport. I don't have it anymore. And so it was statistically unusual that these guys were not returning the drug because it was a heart medicine, right? But the heart medicine is sildenafil, and sildenafil is Viagra. So they did therapy from their heart, but they had an after effect that they liked.
Oh my God.
So the origin of the blue pill was really for heart disease.
Wow, that's insane. I never even knew that. The more you know, huh?
And they weren't saying why they were doing it, and they finally sussed it out of the patients as, has this after effect, but, I don't want to give back the pill. And they said, okay, whatever. We still got to give back the pill now that we know. And then it became one of the biggest sellers, obviously, of that company. Another one that was somewhat similar was years earlier than that, was another heart medicine. Again, long-term therapy when people have congestive heart failure. They experiment all kinds of ways to try and preserve heart function. And they noticed in double-blind studies, when in double-blind study, people come in to clinic and they get reviewed, and they're get all their blood panels and things like that, and you notice in the waiting room, you don't know who has the drug as the clinic. And the patient doesn't know. That's what a double-blind study means. Nobody actually are taking if it's placebo or if it's real, and or the experiment. And what we noticed in the audience of people as they're coming in for 10 appointments in the day, and some are blind, some are on therapy, some are placebo. You don't know, was that people were starting to get very much like a Wookiee, like their hair would be growing longer on their neck and on their body. And they're saying, I've been on this drug for months and I'm getting really hairy. Well, that's minoxidil. That actually was a heart medicine that became Rogaine.
Wow. Wow.
So like everybody's becoming a Wookiee. What's happening with all the Chewbacca out there?
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's really interesting information. How one just becomes another. That's wow.
Yeah.
A Wookiee heart patients.
Their heart was a little bit better, but they were very hairy. And then they pivoted and became minoxidil.
The sapper said, never take a sleeping tablet and a laxative at the same time. I've learned my lesson.
Brad Hex, Viagra made me lose my eyesight, kind of like beer goggles.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, they say that thing that said if you take this pill and it results in a priapism or a hard on for more than 4 hours, that you should consult a doctor. I'm like, that's not who you should consult.
Oh man.
Make the best of that weekend.
You should be calling everyone, right? You're calling everyone that you've ever. Oh boy.
Yeah.
How do we get into these conversations? All right. Well, I think we're ready to get this contest kicked off here, because I'm fucking getting whacked out now from the damn antihistamines I took. And no, I didn't take any of my gas station pills, guys. That's going to be for
Does when the 4 hours start tomorrow? What's the plan on that again?
The 24 hour is going to be actually 24 hours from tomorrow. So it'll be 12 hours from tomorrow, the end of tomorrow's UTC time for the last stake. It'll be 12 hours from there. So it'll be 4 a.m. Thursday morning, California time is when we'll start. Pacific time.
So tomorrow is Thursday. I forget what day of the week it is. What day is this?
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
tomorrow is Wednesday. So
tomorrow's Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Technically, today is Wednesday for me.
Is it already? It's already. Well, it's Wednesday, like 40 minutes into Wednesday.
He's in a different code. So wait a minute. So you're saying tomorrow in California time, which is Pacific Standard Time, at you're saying it's Thursday at 4 a.m. You're not saying tomorrow anything happens. Nothing happens tomorrow.
Nothing happens tomorrow.
Okay.
The last stakes will go in tomorrow. You have to be staked before the end of tomorrow's. In order to get in for the big payday, you have to be staked for tomorrow before the UTC sign changeover happens, which is about 4:30, 4:40 California time, somewhere around there. It changes 4:45.
Okay, and then the stream starts on Thursday California time.
So 12 hours from that, the stream starts, because it's 24 hours from that time, that UTC time tomorrow, which is today for the Joker. So it's 12 hours from there. Will be 12 hours before big payday happens, and then we'll go for another 12 hours after big payday happens.
Okay.
So basically,
I'm confused. Yeah.
Yeah, I know people are getting confused with it because of the UTC time and all that, but yeah, I was confused too. I thought it was tomorrow morning we were starting, but I talked to a Hexologist, and nope, we're not starting until the following morning.
Okay.
So we got a whole other day.
On Thursday. Right? California is 4 a.m. on Thursday.
4 a.m. Thursday morning at California time. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then that ends at 4 a.m. Friday, the next day.
Yes. 4
So it's Thursday into Friday.
Yeah.
Thursday. And
it's 12 hours before the rollover and 12 hours after the rollover. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. 12 hours, and right dead center of it, we're going to have the big payday, and then we're going to talk it up for 12 hours, have a countdown, and then get excited about it afterwards. See where we're at.
Interesting.
All right.
That's how that's going to go. All right. So we need a word. Don't put it, type it into the, see the,
very difficult to spell correctly, like, curmudgeon or,
yeah, I know what they mean. I spell like they do. So I know what they mean. All right. So here's the rules before I throw it out there, guys. No double whammies. So don't have your name on YouTube and don't have your name on Dlive. I can't stop the people from freaking double accounting or whatever you guys are doing. I can't stop it all, guys. I can't stop it all. I'm trying. But what I want you to do is to give everybody a chance. I'm going to have you put one entry into the chat room, either YouTube or Dlive. And then at that point, we're going to pick somebody's name from there. And that person is going to end up on the wheel list. And you'll be put on the wheel.
Say again, isn't it still Twitter? I mean, clarify. I know there's going to be somebody that wins, and then they're going to be bunga bunga'd.
So if you win, you have to do three things. You have to be following Discourse Syndicate, not subscribed. Following, it costs you lemons to subscribe. So please do, but you don't have to qualify for the prize, which is 5,555,000 hex. And hex is just under a penny right now, so do the math. And then you've got to subscribe to YouTube at Discourse_Syndicate and follow me on Twitter, which is RG3_pirate. And I don't know why I don't have this so I can just push it in there and tell everybody. But anyway, we are going to come up with a word. So Joker's going to give you guys a word right now, and you are going to put that word in the chat one time. Don't spam or I'll pull you off the wheel. And I'm sure that the chat will find you anyway and let me know. We'll check it out and we'll draw another name. So go ahead, Joker, give them one word.
Can it be a saying?
How long is a saying? These people are
three words.
Okay, that'll work.
Why so serious?
All right, everybody. Why so serious, everybody? Why so serious? Put that in there. And I need to pull up the other one here.
Oh, I love seeing that in the chat. I love seeing it. Yes.
Let me.
Oh my God! I wish I could record this right now. This is beautiful. I gotta. Hold on. I gotta screenshot this.
You got to save it, RG, so he can get a loop of it later. Or I guess it replays. He can replay it later.
I can get in there and get the chat.
Why so serious? Have you ever had 300 people say "Why so serious" at the same time?
I've never. No. I love it. Yes. Why so serious? Oh, it's so fun.
Okay, there we go. And don't post any stickers, guys, because you just screw yourself.
It erases like people.
Yeah, and it's not gonna. Don't post stickers. So
you can turn it off, by the way. You know you can turn off stickers.
Let me see here. Chat room setting, stickers, disable all stickers. There we go.
There you go.
Learn something new every day. I really got to get better at this. All right. So there we are. We have our chat rooms filled. Our chat rooms are filled. And we are going to choose. Do you have the chat? Can you see the chat in there, Joker?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay, why don't you scroll through the Dlive and give me one name out of Dlive.
Do I have to or do I just pick one?
Just put your finger on it. Just scroll through it, put your finger on it, and grab the first name you hit your finger on.
Ms. Wick.
Ms. Wick. M-I-Z, is that what it is?
MZ.WICK.
MZ.WICK. All right. That was in Dlive. Gary, can you see the YouTube?
No, I'm not on. Let me look at YouTube.
Go to comments up there in the StreamYard.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Scroll through. Okay. And
all right. So that's it now.
Go ahead. Grab one.
This is a long one, but it is the first one I saw. I will go with MRETHER space Robert space Warner, WARNER, Mr. Ether Robert Warner. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Warner. Mr. Ether Robert Warner. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna flip for either a Dlive or a YouTube. So it's a Dlive. So I'm gonna pick this one. So I'm gonna grab me one here. And let's see where we are. Sirius at the top. That's the bottom. Crypto Ewok. You are the third winner. Now let me run over to our Euros here. Make sure I get all my days ready to go. And here we are. All right. Oh. Well, no, that's that. Nope, that was the wrong day. Sorry, guys. I got the days here mixed up. All right. Nicholas Anderson from Down Under, I believe. And then we also have the next one here. Lay ski. Is that two I's? Yeah. Laskii. And I will give away the treasure chest. Let me put some more in there for you guys. Gosh, man, no thank yous. Just motherfucking exit scammer. God damn it. There you go. There's some more in the chest.
Whoa! Right. Another 1K.
Yeah, we're pretty generous around here. Everybody, all the Hexicans are generous. Oh, I keep going. Wow, man. You Euros, you just have one day to do this. Bedwetter 187. The fucking names, man.
Bedwetter.
Bedwetter 187 on a motherfucking. Anyway, right on. So the winners are Nicholas Anderson, Laskii, Laskii, and Bedwetter 87 for our Eurasian group. And tonight out of Dlive and YouTube, MZ Wick, Mr. Ether, Robert Warner, and Crypto Ewok. You guys have all. Hey, look at that thing. Now, see, it's funny. They know that if they throw lemons in right now, like there's a big old lemon fight going in. They know that they're gonna get a better chance of getting in the chest, so they start.
I gotta highlight Amaris. I've seen her before a lot on Twitter. I think I actually talked with her, maybe even donated her Hex a year ago. I can't remember what it was, but she wrote, "If I was still poor, I would take the time out to make 100 accounts. But man, I'm not desperate anymore. So yeah."
These guys. Thanks for the lemons and the ice creams. It's boy, when there's a reward there, boy, you guys. Is that how does that work, Joker? You know Dlive better than I do. How does the chest actually work?
So the more engagement that you have on Dlive, which means like more than one worded answers, so you got to have conversation. And donations. So like if say you donate a lemon for the entire stream, like a lemon here, then another like 10 minutes, another lemon, another 10 minutes, another lemon. What ends up happening is the algorithm picks you up, and then the person that does that will have the highest probability of getting the most lemons at the end of the chest. Yeah, because they've kind of, I'm telling you, Hexicans are smart, man. These fuckers are smart. They started spamming up because they know the Kraken's coming and they want to get the
But it's not the size of the lemon; it's the frequency. It's like the engagement.
It's the frequency, right? So the more that you engage, like the more lemons you put out, the more like you talk, then the more probability you have of getting the chest, or a lot more of the chest. That is.
Cool.
But by the way, another Hexican from Dlive, global partner, is in our chat.
Oh wow!
His name is Evil D Child. He's a very good friend of mine. I onboarded him to Hex, but he just followed not too long ago.
Right on. Well, welcome. Yeah. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Check out the private chat. Excuse me.
God bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you. Man, this is freaking right before the 24-hour stream. This happens. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, I hope you can make it tomorrow, man.
Hey, ain't nothing stopping me. COVID.
Or what's the antihistamine?
Not even my wife can stop me from streaming tomorrow. That's how dedicated and fucking determined I am to be on that stream tomorrow.
Oh yeah, man. I love it. I fucking love your dedication, bro.
Oh, thanks. All right. Subscribe to the Tech Savvy Family newsletter. And be the first to know about new content for navigating raising a child in the 21st century. Oh, okay. Thanks, Johnny No Good. He's putting that in there a few times.
Hey, the hexologist can treat that snotty nose you got. You should talk to him. I'm sure
you're gonna shove some hex up it.
Hey, hex is the cure to all things,
Snort some steaks. All right, guys. I'm going to release the Kraken here. Did you guys see the private chat there?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Where's the private chat?
Over on the right-hand side there. Where the comment.
Yeah, I got you. Yep.
Okay, cool. Let's see here. All right, guys. It's about 20 seconds. Oh, look at them go. Look at them go. Look at them go.
Right?
You guys are freaking awesome. The Hex community. I've never seen any of the Dlive streams like this. That just these guys.
Not even mine.
Was like straight freaking the whole 5 minutes that he. Oh, hey, here we go. Cookie Boys. Cookie Boys is very engaged tonight. 476 Ballet Brand, who always does. Brand, my man. 273, Ms. Wick. Double win for tonight. Lemons and a spot on the wheel. Ms. Wick, 198.2. Hex OG, 157.7. And Colin Hexander, OG, 132. Right on, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us one more time. Congratulations to the people got on the wheel. We are going to spin that motherfucker in 2 days, and somebody's going to walk away with some X. Oh, hey, I wanted to show you something, bro. Remember that little shotgun you showed me? I've got
a double barrel. Oh, shit.
This is called the Boyfriender right here.
That's the one where you show the boyfriend and he starts running down the fucking road.
This is the one you're cleaning when he comes over. This is the old Stevens, baby. So anyway, I wanted to show you that.
I love that shit, dude. Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging. We'll catch you next time. We'll see you tomorrow for the last chance to get on the wheel on your Discourse Syndicate.